or Vaughn.
I was going to say
Probably
that it's kind of like cringy.
It's reeks of desperation a little bit.
Totally, because he's done it like 4 times
Every year.
already this offseason.
DJ Vaughn the Dawn.
So, Cease, you think they're going to trade one of their edge rushers?
Yeah. It's the George Payton comments on Q Robinson, and just knowing that you have a guy like D'Andrea Tillman who you could get a little something for. Is he ERFA, right? Did we just establish that? So it's ERFAs are just, it's an odd place to be because you can either play football or for your team or not play football unless you're traded. So I think to open up the door for Q Robinson, probably not Jonah Ellis, and that's why I say D'Andrea Tillman. I don't think it's Benito or Cooper.
Wasn't Dre kind of like let's see what he can do, and he impressed everybody, and why he stayed around for 2 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, D'Andrea's done a hell of a job.
What do you think you could get for him? Like a 5th?
4th, maybe?
4th?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And it's weird with
The dude had 5 sacks last year.
Hey, with a pass rusher, they're always in demand.
I'm just saying, like, good for him. If you can get him for a 4th, I mean, my man was in the XFL or the UFL.
UFL, yeah.
3 years ago.
Birmingham Stallions.
Undrafted, and now you're telling me you can get a 4th for my man. I mean,
Yeah.
I would
Crazy.
love that.
Yeah.
And it would be another 4th, right? That would give you 3 4th-round picks.
And the weird thing is, and we'll get more of this as we get closer to the draft, but with, I believe the number was 41 early entrants compared to last year it was like 130 plus early entrants. I personally believe, and I haven't done the entire class, but you're not going to get the like 7th round gems. I said it the other day. You're not going to find a Phillip Lindsay this year. You're not going to find a Kyle Monagai. You're not going to find a Burchard Smith. You're not going to find a Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. I don't think those players exist because if you can stay in college football, you're staying. And the draft is a little bit shriveled. I was in the pool because of that.
Yeah. So it's sort of bottlenecks to the top 4 rounds.
This
maybe.
is first 3 rounds, maybe the 4th round as well. This is get your draft picks right there. That's where the real meat is.
Okay, so what about this? What if they don't trade any of their pass rushers? What if someone like Jonah Ellis, which it seems like they may be able to dibble-dabble with other than just a pass rusher, moves around like a Drew Sanders?
I don't like that.
I'm just saying, like, it could happen where you have a versatile pass rusher like Jonah Ellis. You're missing Alex Singleton. You're missing Justin Sternad. You might want to dibble-dabble with that and not lose somebody like Tillman.
I don't want to call out VJ, but every time he's done that, he's messed it up. Who was the Walker kid, the Florida State?
DeMarcus Walker.
DeMarcus Walker.
Mm-hmm.
Great with his hand in the dirt. He gets there like, stand up.
And it was terrible.
And it was terrible. Drew Sanders, like inside, outside. Baron Browning, inside, outside. Like Justin Hollins, inside, outside.
Yeah.
And they just screw it up too much. So I like the idea.
Versatile, baby.
Plus, here's the weird thing. And again, haven't done the full class. Jacob Rodriguez and this inside linebacker class is amazing.
I heard.
Rarely do we get that. Yeah. So if you really, they never want ILB in the draft. But if you wanted ILB in the draft, this is the year.
This franchise has ignored that spot in the draft for a decade.
Well, we just talked about it yesterday because Matt Miller of ESPN put out his 2-round mock draft, and he's got the Broncos going inside linebacker in the 1st round.
At number 30.
Took the kid from Texas.
Anthony Miller?
Okay.
Yeah, I believe that is.
Yeah.
And, man, I just... I know it's a need, but positional value-wise, I just don't like going off-ball linebacker in the 1st round.
I think that there would be some certain feelings from fans that you go, Bo Nix is starting to thrive. Sean and Bo are the fit, and 2 consecutive years you've used your first pick on a defensive player? I don't know
why,
that I'm
though.
with that.
Defense wins championships, baby. I know Zach doesn't like to hear that.
I do not like
but,
that phrase.
I don't really
keep
like
a
that
strength
much
to strength,
either.
right? I think that's why they keep going defense. You keep a strength to strength. You try to load up on that because injuries happen, and you can plug and play with somebody like a Jahdae Barron, maybe an inside linebacker if you decide to bring another guy back like Alex Singleton. Like, you want as much depth as possible. I understand you want the sexy pick. I understand you want those weapons around Bo. I want them too. But the inside linebacker position, that's a hard one to find. So if you can find one that can stick around for 4 or 5 years, you're definitely going to want to go that route. A tackling machine that's young, that's versatile, that can come off as a pass rusher. I think that's what they're looking for. Now, will they go for it? Who knows?
I don't think so in the 1st round. There's 8 guys that are going to get picked in the first 2 days that are ILB, which is, it's weird. Yeah. The fact I just said that sentence is weird. You never get that. It's weird.
I'm not so sure that after quarterback, I'm not so sure after quarterback that defensive tackle is not the 2nd most important position in the game of football right now.
Ooh.
It's a great defensive line class, too.
And if I had my druthers, you draft D tackle. And I don't care about and I know what you're saying because this offense needs help. But here's a stat and a fact for you. 8 of the top 10 defensive tackle pressures this year, 8 of the top 10 were all playing on the championship weekend.
Wow.
So it's
AFC
important.
championship game, NFC 8 of the top 10. And you think of who's the big fella up front for the Patriots?
Williams.
Milton Williams. You think of Zach Allen. I mean, I keep going back and forth because they need a tight end. They need playmakers offensively.
And Williams was with who last year? The Eagles.
That's right.
Oh,
That's
that's where
right.
he came over and got hurt pretty quick.
But what does Philly do? Philly's roster is awesome, and they just fortify the trench warfare. I mean, so I know we want pass catchers, and we need them. The Broncos, the tight end and running back is running back on the table in the first round. We can talk about it, but
Jonah Coleman.
yeah, you keep on saying that. Hey,
To your point, real quick, losing JFM, I feel like everybody's just like, yeah, but we're going to lose John Franklin Myers. That's so much bigger of a deal than it's being made in this city.
But I do love Savion Jones.
I get it.
I
but
love Savion Jones.
He might be able to do it. I know JFM
right?
can do
Yeah.
it.
And he's done it year after year. I mean, this
Yeah.
is 6 straight years of production, and I don't know, like.
Who was the other? Uwazurike, too, was mentioned.
Yeah.
in
Okay.
that same thing.
But, like, I don't know what John Franklin Myers has to do. Like, this guy's an awesome football player, and he just has teams say, yeah, you're great, but we're going to let you
He's not a bad
go.
locker guy, too.
No,
What
he's a
I've
great
heard-
locker room guy.
Exactly. So I'm with Z on this one. I really don't know what my man has to do. I guess stand on his head and do the mashed potato to get paid. Now, he's been paid before.
Oh, yeah.
He's been paid with
Yeah.
the Jets,
Yeah,
so
he did.
he's been compensated, well compensated. He just wants that final contract so that when he is done, my man can just go on an island and probably buy the island. That's what he's looking for, and it could still be here. Maybe they decide to turn back around and say, hey, we're gonna add depth to the defensive line room no matter when the draft. We're going to let's try to sign John Franklin Myers to a 2-year deal, put some up front so that we can probably get rid of him in that second year
yeah.
and go from there. And if you do something like that, all right, and things aren't going well, you can always trade JFM throughout the season, get something for him, but also you just keep the depth there and keep the strength with the defense.
Real quick before we go, because I know we only have a couple minutes here. What do you guys think happens with Jaquan McMillan and the Jade Barron conversation? We've been talking about it for about 2 days.
Riley Moss is getting traded.
Damn, Cease, everybody's getting traded with you.
No, I just look at the maneuverability that you're going to have this offseason, the strength that you have at corner. Got to keep Jaquan. You got to pay Jaquan. And then Jade Barron, welcome to the starting lineup.
Yeah, and I'm with you. I don't think you can let a guy like that walk. The guy that got you to the AFC Championship.
Made the
Making
biggest play of the year.
plays.
Made the biggest play of the year.
You're going to
Yeah.
see him go. That's a terrible message to
We
send to the fan base. You got to re-up that
We
guy. You
established
have
a number of 70 in terms of sacks and turnovers combined that you need to hit. And the Broncos fall short of that because they didn't get turnovers.
Right.
Except Jaquan McMillan gets you turnovers.
And I think that your coaching staff plays such a huge role of their experience. They know they're on the edge of something very, very good, special, and you don't let a special player walk when you're about to be a special team. You just can't
and
do it.
he's 26.
What?
Young. In his
Damn.
prime.
Yeah,
He's
lock
young-
that dude
he's
up.
a young football player.
But just think about this on the way out. Everybody loves to be right, correct? Especially up there in the football world.
We
when
do it
comes
a
to
lot,
general
10 to 2,
managers.
right here on the fan.
There you go. You have George Payton, who has hit on a lot of draft picks. He just drafted Jade Barron. He drafted Riley Moss. He may want to see that through. The guy he did not draft was Jaquan McMillan. All right, the guy that he didn't think was going to do as well as he has is Jaquan McMillan, and Jaquan McMillan's undersized. So I would not be surprised if Jaquan McMillan ends up having to get paid somewhere else and they let him do that because they want that crystal, Jade Barron, to shine at the nickel, and they want to see what Riley Moss can do for another year before it ceases. They trade my man away.
Man, oh man, oh man. A lot of layers to this offseason.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fun in a lot of ways, but it's also there's going to be some peeling away in some way, shape, or form. So
what
At
do they
least-
say? What do they think about you? We're going to find that out.
And at least the layers are, hey, how do they get to the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Not what do they do with the 5th pick in the draft.
And the
Right,
nice
right.
thing is, and I say this with all love, especially for a guy like Jaleel, don't throw anything at me, but it's like the day of the fan favorite lunch pail. He gets here at 4:30 a.m. guy, and it's more than just Jaleel. I'd say it's Adam Troutman, who's a free agent. Like the day of the Sean really likes you, little Jordan Humphrey. No, there needs to be an upgrade of talent. You're not good enough for a Super Bowl contending team, so go get better talent.
Well, we've been talking about them dipping in the draft and how talented this rookie class is, looking at a year in review. And as we continue to evaluate this rookie class, we turn our attention to a third-round playmaker. We'll talk about him next.
Will playing without Nikola Jokic end up being a blessing in disguise for the Nuggets?
During the course of the time that he was out, a lot of guys had to step up. Guys got expanded chances to play. Their roles changed, and a lot of guys really made the most of it, led by Payton Watson.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. And now, during our President's Day sale, take 50% off our limited edition bed. Shop now for a limited time. Only at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Hey guys, your boy Stink here for my friends at Low T Center and Centergenics. Hey, you're looking for the best deal on TRT? Don't pay hundreds of dollars out of pocket for a franchise or settle for one of those one-size-fits-all dose from your doctor just because they take your insurance. At Centergenics and Low T Center, you can get powerful TRT dosed for your body and get it covered by insurance. Centergenics and Low T Center work with your insurance plans and customize each dose of TRT for maximum effectiveness and safety. It's TRT that actually works with your body based on your tests, and they do it the right way, guys. This February, they're offering free testosterone tests and discounted peptides and GLP-1s to make getting back on track as easy as possible. You're absolutely going to love the folks over there. You're going to love the energy over there. You're going to love all that they do for you to get you back on track and get you back to feeling your best. That's what they're there for. Don't miss the opportunity. Go to Centergenics.com or LowTCenter.com to get back on track today. Book an appointment. That's LowTCenter.com, Centergenics.com. Book that appointment and start feeling your best.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where we're all about you. Your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. We'll take total care of you. First, come browse all the beautiful settings in our cases. Take your time and try on as many as you want. You'll know when you put your ring on. Your heart will skip a beat. Now, onto your center stone. We can look at different diamond shapes and sizes until we find the perfect match. Come visit us in store, because a friend wants you to get exactly what you want. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
Hey guys, Cecil Lammy here. You probably noticed your heat kicking on way more than it should. I get it. It's frustrating. I live in Roxborough. That wind blows all the time. But the real culprit might surprise you. When the insulation in your window fails, all that warm air you're paying for slips right out and the cold sneaks right in. That's why you need my friends, WindowNation.com. It's WindowNation.com. They got their buy 4 windows, get 4 free sale happening now. Also ask them how you can snag a pair of Icon Pass 2-day sessions. Stop letting your windows drain your comfort and your wallet. Schedule your quote today at WindowNation.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. What a deal.
Your new morning groove. Iced coffee from McDonald's, any size for just $1 until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Off and rolling. Here on a Wednesday, February 4th, as we barrel our way through this week on a hump day. What up, Phil?
Woo! It is a Wednesday. We're going to hump our way through this day. And it starts right now, brother.
Let's go, brother. All right, man.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. Balancing a bunch of stuff, but I'm managing, and I'm fired up to be here, and I think we have a really fun show today, man. What's going on with you?
You know, man, it was funny watching that little clip with Stink, Mark, and Stoke. Did you get a chance?
It's hilarious.
With the hair?
Yes.
To me, it's like, Stoke, at some point, right, you're mad at Cease because you think it's his long hair that continues to get on the mic. But doesn't he remember, like, doesn't he understand that, like, right after Stokely, we have to come in here? Like, why? And he sits in my spot. Why the hell would I sit there and let a piece of hair just be dangling in front of the mic the whole show and then leave it for Stoke in the morning? You know, Stoke, you got to start using the brain.
It was good.
It was a good one.
It was good. Yeah, it was a great use of social media. They and if you didn't see it, they were hiding little pieces of hair around where Stokely sits because he's like a germaphobe, and he was like freaking out. And they collected these videos over the course of the days, and it's just great. It's just gold. And I bathe in the stress of Brandon Stokely, so I love to see it.
Well, you have stories with Stoke. Didn't Stoke put a trick on you where he lied to you?
Oh my
God!
God!
There was an event.
Yes. Oh my God!
Made you late to the show.
That one is in the 104.3 The Fan Hall of Fame, and it was some heavy-handed corroboration from Richie Carney, who like just outright lied to me. Just outright lied to me. And there I am showing up at a brother's barbecue, what I think is a war room. We used to do these war rooms. We don't do them anymore. But we used to do these war rooms, and there I am showing up at brother's barbecue in an empty, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I get here because Brothers is close.
Yeah.
But I usually cut it close getting to the show.
Always do.
And
fashionably late.
So I'm not late. I'm not late.
Yeah,
I'm just not
on
early.
time, right?
Yes, I'm just on time. And and as I get here, like, they're hitting the elevators up here on the 4th floor, so the elevators aren't even going down on the 1st floor. Oh my gosh!
I can just imagine like seeing your face in panic, like,
oh my
what's
God.
going down? Like,
I was pissed. I was hot. It took about 2 years for me to be able to laugh about it. Oh my gosh. All-timer, no doubt. We had a busy show. We got a lot going on here. And we started this on Monday talking about the Denver Broncos rookie class and just sort of like a year in review. And there's a couple other like year in review things that I want to get to here over the next couple days. This is our, I guess it's not our first week without the Broncos, kind of our second, but that first week was so much reaction to what went down. And we're still reacting. To what happened.
To say still healing from what just happened. Because, I mean, you look at what's going on, and there's a bunch of players on the Denver Broncos, Cortland Sutton, Nick Bonito, that they'll come out and say, like, damn, like we should be the ones in the Super Bowl.
Totally.
And I think we all can agree on that. Like, we should be in the Super Bowl. Broncos country should be in the Super Bowl. We should be getting ready. Zach, we should be there.
I know.
Interviewing the Denver Broncos on how they're feeling getting ready to play the
Phil,
Seahawks.
I'm sick.
Yeah.
I'm still sick. And like it's gotten a little bit better, here this week, and it's like, okay, like incredible season, gratitude that we were on that ride together. Eye toward the future. Broncos are just getting started.
Yep.
But at the same time, it's like in some ways, as we get further from the AFC Championship game, like the magnitude of the missed opportunity is continuing to sink in, you know? And I don't know if you've ever had something like serious happen in your life and you go through it, and then with time comes perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And with perspective, it's like, I can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
You know, and just the way that it fell, it was right there. Even with Stidham, it was right there. And you have these comments from Chris Sims that we'll get into, and it just rehashes it and rips the scab that was just starting to harden.
Yes.
Over the wound, and it rips it back. And he's right. He's right.
Well, that scab's going to continue to rip until the Super Bowl's over, because we're going to be watching this Super Bowl game. The Patriots may not do well. Maybe they will, but let's say they don't do well. We're going to be sitting there saying, damn, that could have been us. We could have put a better show on. Now, of course, there's context. Bo Nix was not going to play, and things would be different if Bo was playing. Bo is the man. He's the franchise quarterback. Everything goes right with your franchise quarterback.
Right.
But, man, just watching the Patriots in there, it just doesn't feel right.
No, it doesn't. And honestly, I don't know. Well, I know who I want to win. I want the Seattle Seahawks to win.
Yeah.
Traditionally, and not like I get carried away with it and like bang the table about it, but traditionally, like the team who beats you, I typically want them to go and win it all, because at least you were in the path of a champion. Yeah. And as opposed to you lost to a team that just went on to lose the next round. So there was someone even better. But in this case, man, I do not want to see the New England Patriots win another Super Bowl. Another one with a brand new operation, brand new coach, brand new quarterback. I'm just sick.
I can't sit here and let Drake May. We must stop this, right? Let Drake May in his second year. First time in the playoffs.
And that's the thing.
It's the Super Bowl.
It's Bo's class, too.
It's Bo's class. That's why for Sam Darnold, he was in my draft class.
Yep.
Although I didn't get drafted, we came up.
Yeah.
So I kind of want him to win because of his journey, his story. From him being a first-round draft pick with the Jets to him then going to the Carolina Panthers and not doing well and being on the practice squad pretty much. Then him sitting there with the San Francisco 49ers with the quarterback rehab, getting a chance with the Vikings, tearing it up. But then the first round of the playoffs did not do well. And then all of a sudden you go.
And the Vikings saying, no, thank you. We don't want your services anymore.
Say, shoo, go away. You go to the Seattle Seahawks, your first year with Seattle, and you take them to the Super Bowl. Now, of course, they have a great defense, a great coaching staff. It's not just Sam Darnold, but it's a little bit about Sam Darnold and what he's able to do and how aggressive he is with that football.
Man, oh man, oh man. I just when Chris Sims said what he said today, and I'm sure you guys have heard it. I'm just going to play it again for the sake of clarity, because I know our audience is always changing, and maybe someone is listening that hadn't heard it. Andrew Mason talked to him about that 4th and 1.
I would have played, let's keep applying the pressure no matter what, even if Bo Nix is there. Here's the thing I didn't love about it. One, the play was basic. Everybody has that play in the first week of training camp. I was like, man, this is Sean Payton's AFC Championship. Go for it. I got to make it happen play. I was shocked by that. Vrabel played a defense that most people don't play in that situation. He played Tampa 2 on 4th and 1. Right? So Vrabel's coaching is special. That play right there, them telling the Drake May to keep the ball around the edge, and then the late, slow substitution on the Stidham interception, that was coach in situational football, and that's why Vrabel is Belichickian and Parcells that way, to give him that advantage. But yeah, no, even if Bo Nix was there, and you can ask my NBC friends all here, I am the one that's always there, kick the field goal. Okay, sorry for that, but that's Chris Sims for you. All right, good.
All right, so
all right, good.
And Chris Sims going third person is just classic. It's hilarious.
So that's sexy man Chris Sims for you right there.
Goodness gracious, of all people to go third person, it's Chris Sims. Oh my gosh! But I respect the hell out of his football knowledge. All right, and he's a really great football mind, and former Bronco here for a bit. He called the decision shocking. And again, I'm doing
kick the ball, Sean.
I'm sitting there at Mile High watching it, screaming it. And everything about that game, it flipped The Broncos were averaging 4.8 yards per play before that decision. After that, 1.7. The entire game flipped. And I'll repeat what I said on Friday. Mike Vrabel out-coached Sean Payton badly. And it was about what Vrabel did, and it was also about what Sean Payton didn't. And it's stinging. It's stinging.
Sean's having nightmares, I guarantee, every single night. It's Sean Payton having nightmares saying, damn, I should have just kicked that field goal.
Yes. And
just kick it.
And the Super Bowl, and it would have been the biggest, like, just cherry on top. Like, it would have been the ultimate, like, I almost don't care about the result. The fact that you won with your backup quarterback.
You're there.
You're there. You went to, and it was right there. And I'm so sorry for relitigating this, but it's today, even more so than yesterday or Monday, it's just so heavy on me again after hearing those comments.
You're never guaranteed to get back to where we just were, the AFC Championship. You're never guaranteed another opportunity to get so close. And you're right there, and you don't do the simple thing. Just kick the field goal. You extended your kicker for a reason because he's very, very good, especially in 40 yards and in.
Yes.
And you decide not to do that for whatever reason, and it ends up hurting all of us.
Oh, man. I'm curious about like a Sean Payton interview here coming soon because one's coming. And I'm curious, I haven't seen him yet at the Super Bowl or heard from him.
I don't think he's there yet.
Which is unusual because Sean is always on the scene and always talking. And we haven't heard from him yet. And as I know we heard from him at the end of the year presser, but that's 72 hours after the game. And he had a lightness about him in that press conference. He did. He had a lightness about him. And that was shocking to me. And I'm wondering the further he gets away from the game, if the gravity of the situation for even someone like himself has really started to sink in. So, okay. I'm so sorry. That's not what we were supposed to do right there.
Kick the ball, Sean.
Kick the ball. Listen to your own advice. To Seth Wicker. Okay. I'm sorry, we didn't get into what we teased into. As we continue to evaluate the Broncos rookie class, we turn our attention to a third-round playmaker, and I promise we'll have that conversation next.
The champ! Are you ready? Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all included, plus a $500 Visa card. So get in the ring and enter now at DenverSports.com/superfan. That's DenverSports.com/superfan.
Gentlemen, what's going on? As you know, it's the new year. Better workouts, better habits, and let's talk about that one resolution nobody wants to say out loud. It's showing up strong in the bedroom. Everybody deserves to have that strong, intimate sex. You remember the first time you felt to perform in that bedroom? You probably just laughed it off, right? No big deal. But then it happened a second time. Then No. Don't let it happen a third time. Third time is not a charm. Because what you're dealing with is erectile dysfunction. And ED is an intimacy destroyer, and research out there shows that men can draw away from their partners when ED affects their sex life. The conditions can cause stress, anxiety, depression, and even worse, a man's partner can blame themselves when ED becomes the problem, and nobody's partner should be blaming themselves. This is on you. And I'm here to tell you that you guys need to go see my friends at Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic because their treatments work when the pills and herbals fail you. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. And some of their treatments can have you lasting an hour or even more if you had that much stamina. So what you're going to do is schedule a consult with Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today. Your initial visit is only $99 and it includes a medical consult with a Colorado licensed medical provider, a T and PSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And here's the thing, gentlemen, if the test dose does not work at the office, the visit is free. They also have 5 locations out there to serve you, so there are no excuses. Go get treated. You can go to Fort Collins, North Denver, Central Denver, Castle Rock, and Colorado Springs. So give them a call today at 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Hey, Mom. It's me. Oh my gosh, you'll never believe what I just opened for Valentine's Day. A sapphire ring from Hellsberg. Just like the one I lost years ago. Remember how excited I was when you gave it to me? I cannot believe you remembered that story. I guess you were right. I really found the one.
This Valentine's Day, create a moment that means something with up to 40% off gifts at Hellsberg. Shop in store or at Hellsberg.com.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Now, when Team USA is on, you can almost see the moment when the kid starts believing, hey, I could be next. Now, while Xfinity can't guarantee that, they can guarantee something super important. That's your internet price won't change for 5 years. No contracts, no commitments. So, while your kid's ordering online or streaming highlight reels, your Xfinity internet price won't change. It will not budge. And who knows, by the time the next Winter Olympics roll around, your kid could be getting fitted for their very own Team USA uniform. And guess what? You'll be paying the same price for reliable Wi-Fi. And there's even more to enjoy with Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 10 years. That's a $10.99 value each month. Xfinity, imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions applies. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes, fees, extras. Actual speeds may vary.
Women go through many changes in their lives. And we believe each milestone matters. That every new candle represents another step in your story. Our healthcare experts support women at every stage of life. Because each chapter deserves to be celebrated. Women's health. Nurture what's next. Find care near you at mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health. Human kindness lives here.
Are you worrying about those upcoming credit card bills after the holidays? If you're a homeowner, there's no better time than now to call American Financing and wipe out that debt, eliminate the stress, and set yourself up for a strong 2026. The Fed dropped rates for the 4th time in December. American Financing can help you access that equity in your home at an interest rate in the low 5s. You heard that right, in the low 5s. That is a much lower rate than the average 20% or more credit card rate. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise to start the new year. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to see how much you can save. And they are closing some in as fast as 10 days and even delaying 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans. Call them today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
This February, save 25% off all primetime functional trainers, home gyms, and racks. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Still haven't filed your taxes? You're not alone, but the longer you wait, the harder the IRS can hit back. Penalties, interest, letters, none of it goes away on its own. At Advanced Tax Solutions, resolving IRS problems is all they do. Whether you're a year behind or 10, their licensed tax professionals can step in fast, stop the stress, and help you get back on track. Don't let another day slip by. A quick call could mean a quick resolution. Contact my friends at Advanced Tax Solutions today and take control of your tax situation before the IRS does.
Denver counts on Fix-It 24/7 for heating and plumbing with legendary service. Proud partner of the Denver Broncos and proud to serve the community. Book now at fixmyhome.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU Women's Basketball faces South Dakota with pregame starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports. 104.3 The Fan.
As we continue to evaluate the Broncos rookie class, we turn our attention to a 3rd-round playmaker. On Monday, we talked about Jahdae Barron and what he did or didn't do his rookie season. Yesterday, we talked about R.J. Harvey. And today, we turn our eyes towards a 3rd-round pick. And honestly, and sometimes we can forget this, the Broncos had more than one 3rd-round pick last year.
Refresh my mind.
Yeah. And I think most people would do what you just did right now.
I'm thinking.
Yeah. Dante, do you remember who the Broncos drafted in the 3rd round in addition to Pat Bryant? Alex? Got Alex with us behind the scenes here now in the fold as well, which we're pumped about. Do you remember who else? No, yeah.
Was it Robinson?
No.
It Q Robinson?
No. It was Savion Jones from LSU.
Savion Jones
was a third rounder. But because, Pat Bryant was just more visible this season than Savion Jones was, we have a tendency to forget. Yeah, he was picked at the end of the third round with the 101st overall selection. We'll talk Savion Jones and Q Robinson tomorrow, and then on Friday, Jeremy Crawshaw and Caleb Lohner. But for the first 3 picks of the draft, they kind of get their own space.
As they should. They're the first 3 picks. They're the big boy picks. Now, with that being said, Mr. Pat Bryant, that name was not on my bingo card as well.
No, me either.
I did not think that the Denver Broncos were going to select Pat Bryant in the 3rd round.
Yeah.
When you could have probably, maybe, I'm speculating, you could have probably had him in the 4th or 5th. That's what I thought.
That's what most draft experts thought. And that's why, we get reminded about the unscientific nature of the draft, because it just takes one team. It just takes one to believe in someone more than Mel Kiper and Todd McShay, right? And and Sean Payton had eyes for Pat Bryant. I did not view one piece of Pat Bryant film before the draft, but after they picked him, I remember doing a dive and watching everything I could on Pat Bryant, and
You fell in love.
I became the president of the Pat Bryant fan club, and
I tell you what, man.
I just believe
you jumped off of one. You were believing in one, and you hit on
I still
Vele.
believe in Vele. He should be here.
Vele is going to be just fine. He's Mr. Consistent. He's just a little older, and we'll see how that goes for him with the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
But then you hit on Pat Bryant. So you jump off of Vele because you say, hey, Vele, you're not good enough for me. You're not making enough money. So let me go here with Pat Bryant.
Slanderous.
You're a 7th-round draft pick. I got to go over here to the 3rd rounder.
Yeah.
But you were right. You fell in love with Pat Bryant for some odd reason.
What was my reason? What was my reason?
Well,
Do you remember?
I think that you were just saying reliable. A guy that was, I want to say, a captain in college.
Yep.
And just a blue-collar man that was going to go to work and make the plays. That's what I think you were thinking. Now, why did you decide to latch on to Pat Bryant?
Well, and you'll remember it when I say it right now. His floor is just so high.
Yeah.
His floor. I mean, and I remember saying, I don't know if he's ever going to be some All-Pro. I don't know. I don't know if he's ever going to be, Michael Thomas, the comp that Sean, brought up. That's a bit lofty. But what I remember saying about that young man is, I said, I think this guy's going to be around here for 10 years. Like he is just the dependability, the reliability. Mm-hmm. If he's an Uber driver and he's coming to pick me up, I know I'm getting to the airport on time. His best plays at Illinois, almost like this year too, came on 3rd down, got to have it downs, 4th downs, in 4th quarters. Like, that's just who he was in the Big Ten. And he comes into the NFL, slower start. And I just remember saying to you,
that's no fault of his own.
No.
I think that's just him being a rookie, having to earn his rep.
Totally.
But also there was a couple of receivers in front of him, and Sean was like, hey, look, if you're going to get the reps that you want, you're going to have to do the dirty work first. And what's the dirty work for a receiver? It's blocking. But Pat Bryant was a hell of a blocker even in college.
Yes, he was. And he earned his stripes with that football team doing that blue-collar stuff. And I remember some of J.K. Dobbins' first big runs of the season was Pat Bryant downfield blocking for him. So you look at his rookie year in review, 31 receptions, 378 yards, 1 touchdown. In your opinion, what kind of year was it for Pat Bryant?
It was a slow starting year for Pat Bryant, but it's not his fault. He's a 3rd rounder like we just got done explaining. But he's finished strong, other than the concussions that he cannot control. I mean, you get hit a certain type of way, you can have the most padding in the world. If you get hit some type of way with your head and your brain, you're going to have a concussion. But with that being said, he was dependable, reliable, like you got done talking about. He was a guy that every game he was getting better. He was making big-time catches on 3rd down. All right, he was starting to expand his game, even downfield, stretching the football field. All right, if we remember, it was against the Kansas City Chiefs. We had that deep ball from Bo Nix to Pat Bryant that moved the chains. That was the first time that I even seen Pat Bryant be able to open up and just in stride. And he does have some more speed, some hidden speed there. His route running ability got better as the season went on. But what I've heard in that building, Z, that shows on that football field is he's a great listener. He's coachable. Yeah, he's going to take what you tell him. He's going to really work on it during practice, off the field. Players love him. Coaches love him, and he's getting better every single day. He's a mature player.
Definitely.
That I can't wait to see more reps for him this year and what he does with it. He's able to get the yards after the catch. So, man, the man had a hell of a year as a third-round pick that nobody expected to go out there and be that Michael Thomas type of guy, the slants. But he went out there and did his part when he was asked to.
Yep.
So I gave him a grade. I gave him a higher grade. He probably has one of the highest grades out of all these rookies so far with the B-, just because he didn't have that fast start, not because of him, but because of what Sean made him do. He made him do the dirty work, the blocking first, and then added more to his plate as time went on.
I'm going to give him a B+.
Of course you are.
I am. I think he deserves that. You know, do we realize that 22 of Pat Bryant's 31 receptions went for first downs this year?
That's a pretty.
It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's a pretty crazy stat. You're talking about third downs. Gotta have it.
And that's what I'm saying. Like Pat Bryant became a target on gotta have it downs in Denver, just like he did at Illinois. He had more first down catches than Evan Ingram as a rookie. Evan Ingram signed a $23 million deal. He had more first down catches than R.J. Harvey. He had more first down catches than Marvin Mims. How about this? Cortland Sutton, number 1 on the Denver Broncos in yards per catch.
Yeah.
Who do you think was number 2? It was Pat Bryant.
Yeah, I would have went with Troy Franklin.
Me too. But that would not be the correct answer. The second highest yards per catch was Pat Bryant as a rookie. This dude is going places. I promise you.
He has to stay healthy.
Now,
he has to stay healthy.
No, definitely. So in review, real quick, because I have to squeeze this in. 31 receptions, 378 yards, 1 touchdown. There was a rookie last year who had 10 more catches, 100 more yards, and 2 more touchdowns. That was Vele.
And we got rid of him.
That was Vele's rookie season. And I don't want to hear about what he did or didn't do in New Orleans. It's a terrible situation for a pass catcher.
It's not
maybe
good.
the worst in the NFL.
Yes.
Literally.
They're rebuilding.
But that guy, I still think they made a mistake trading Devon Vele. 6'5", 210, who walked in the league. And so if you're excited about Pat Bryant the way that I am, Vele had a significantly better rookie year. But, throw him away. All right.
You're the one that jumped off.
I didn't. I know. I did not.
I
never jumped off. No, I went to war with Cecil Lammy over Devon Vele. I went to war. I did die on that hill. But 2 things can be true. I can love my mom and my wife. I love Devon Vele and Pat Bryant.
I love it.
All right. The Nuggets lost a second straight game, and both L's have something in common. We'll talk about it next.
Are the Denver Broncos an NFL destination once again?
They're half a football away from going to the Super Bowl, and you're going to have more money than you've ever had to spend, no dead cap, and quote QB on a rookie deal. I think the Broncos have become one of the more desirable destinations in the entire NFL to be with.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Wesley is a truck driver.
I drive a truck, and I love what I do.
A truck driver with IRS troubles.
They told me I owed them $43,000.
It got really bad.
Quite a few letters in the mail. They were talking about wage garnishment, coming after my house, my car. Yeah, they don't play around. I seriously thought that I was going to lose everything.
One sleepless night, Wesley finally made a call to Optima Tax Relief at 2 a.m.
Kind of figured I'd get a machine, but I didn't. I actually got to talk to an actual person in the middle of the night.
He found just what he was looking for.
Oh, they were great people. You need a team of people that know what they're doing. Optima Tax, they know what they're doing.
Optima Tax Relief came through with flying colors.
I saved an incredible amount of money. Happy don't even come close. I was absolutely overjoyed.
Take Wesley's advice.
If you're in any kind of trouble with the IRS, call Optima Tax Relief. Don't trust anybody else.
Call Optima for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
Your new go-to spot in Centennial, the Basketball Social House is it. Award-winning food and drinks, an incredible weekend brunch, and a brand new sports bar entertainment space where you can catch every Colorado game. Even if you're not playing, it's a great hang. But if you are, their private basketball suites are unreal. Full court, lounge, music, TVs, the whole setup. And because you're hearing this from me, get half off your first private basketball suite rental. Just use code HALFOFFHOOPS. Trust me, you're going to love this place.
You're listening to Sports Talk Radio at work. So is your competition. So are your customers. Denver sports fans don't half listen. They argue. They text in. They remember stats from 1998. They remember who sponsors their obsession. Audio, video, or online. We've got every angle covered. DenverSports.com. Make your move.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan is brought to you by 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Got in a massive argument during the break.
It's DG's fault, man.
Well, he's a fire starter. He's a professional rage baiter.
He doesn't even
it
believe
works. It works. No, he believes it. He believes it. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. I don't want to argue with someone that doesn't believe in what they're arguing. And the argument was, and we're not going to spend any time on it. But I will mention it.
He's proud of it. He's like, yes, we get to talk about it.
That he says the Big 12 is the second best basketball league in the world, like over Eurobasket.
Hey, come on.
And no, best league in college basketball? Yes. Insane level of play. I mean, really, when do you think the Big 12 took over as the best league? I'd say maybe like 4 years ago, 5 years ago, I think they took the crown.
I think it switches from year to year because last year the SEC was loaded.
SEC was loaded last
year.
So
I think this is the first year consecutively that it's been the best league in college basketball.
I don't know, man. I think 4 or 5 years ago, kind of like started taking the crown a little bit.
But like last year, I think it's hard to argue
SEC
it was the best.
Yeah, for that year. But I think it disrupted like a 5-year run. Is basically what I'm trying to say. But I will reach out to one of my best friends who is an authority on the topic, who played overseas, who is an NBA trainer. So he's got the best of both, and he will answer it authentically. He'll have no side. He'll have no idea what side I'm on or you're on, and we'll settle it like that. Okay. The Nuggets lost a second straight game. They have now lost 3 of their last 5. 2 of those 3 have been against these Pistons, and both games have been really, really tight. A 109-107 loss last week, and last night a 124-121 loss. I think the final score kind of misrepresents the control of the game. The Denver Nuggets never led for a single second. Detroit was up by as many as 20 at one point. This is also the second time that the Nuggets have played in a game consecutively that they haven't led for a single second, which is really unusual. Never led for a second against Oklahoma City. Never led for a second last night against Detroit. Now, let's be honest. That's the number 1 team in the West and the number 1 team in the East.
Yeah, I mean that Detroit team is young, hungry. They're on a roll. They're feeling themselves. They have athletes out the what.
Totally.
And honestly, it's like that's my biggest takeaway. Watching the Detroit Pistons and how they play and how they move up and down the court. They're just more athletic than the Denver Nuggets.
Correct.
Now, there's context to it because Jokic is just getting back in action. Christian Brown finally gets back in action as well yesterday. He didn't do well, but hey, he's been out. You're still missing Cam Johnson. You have AG, and you don't know when he's coming back. So you have a team with the Denver Nuggets that's not fully healthy going up against a young, fresh, and hungry team with the Detroit Pistons that feels like they're on top of the world right now. But the takeaway, just like playing against the Thunder, is the Denver Nuggets are not as athletic as the Thunder, as Detroit, as some of these other teams. So they're going to have to play smart, fundamentally sound basketball, and it starts with defense, man.
Well, I have a handful of takeaways here. I do want to circle back to Christian here in just a second. I know it's his first game back, but we have to talk.
Take him to the principal's office.
For the second straight game, we're seeing the Denver Nuggets. I mentioned this going into the break. I said they lost their second straight, but both losses have something in common, and that is they are not thriving, or in these cases, I guess even surviving, against these really physical basketball teams. OKC is the most physical team in the West, and I think Detroit is the most physical team in the East. And this is how it's going to feel in the NBA playoffs. And in consecutive games, I'm just watching a team that looks uncomfortable in that setting. And that makes me uncomfortable. Now, do I think that they'll rise to the moment in the postseason? I do. I believe. I still believe in these Nuggets.
Experience, man. The experience matters, and they have enough of that, even off the bench.
And I'll take it a step further. And these two teams would only play each other in the NBA Finals, right? But if they were playing, let's just say in the NBA Finals, I would take the Denver Nuggets over Detroit because of that experience and because of the greatest player in the world. But let's keep our eye on that. Let's keep our eye on that and how they handle themselves in settings like that, because they failed the test in back-to-back games. The Christian thing. Yes, it was his first game back. He does not look right. And it's not just about one game, though. It's not just about one game. He has not looked right all season. He's averaging single-digit points after scoring over 15 points a game last year and getting a $100 million contract. I have a fear that this thing is not going to age well. Now, let's see. He's got a bunch of runway to figure it out. Let's see. But so far, in what I've seen from Christian Brown this year, and unfortunately, it's been 15 games. Man, it has not been good. He is close to a 0 on offense. Close to a 0.
I know, and you know how it is when you're out of sync. Now, of course, like you said, he started off slow.
Yeah, he did.
But then once he got hurt, now you're in your head. You're trying to get healthy. You see that your boy Peyton Watson's doing well. Now you're pressing. Now you're back, but you're actually not where you need to be.
Right.
So I'm not willing to like pull that fire alarm.
No.
Not yet. But it's something to definitely look at because it's like, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna kind of shake out of this funk that you're in so that you can start contributing to this team?
Yeah. He doesn't look like
he's not confident.
He's not. Even in transition, he was the number one player in transition last year. He doesn't look comfortable in transition. All right, let's just keep our eye on it. Let's put a pin in Christian. Keep our eye on it, but I'm on CB watch here. All right. The Broncos had a systematic problem this season. That explains why someone lost his job. And why did the Broncos have the same problem for a third straight year when it comes to one guy? That's next.
Will playing without Nikola Jokic end up being a blessing in disguise for the Nuggets?
During the course of the time that he was out, a lot of guys had to step up. Guys got expanded chances to play. Their roles changed, and a lot of guys really made the most of it, led by Peyton Watson.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
What's going on, everybody? Have you ever noticed that every great hangout has that one thing everyone crowds around? No, not the TV. I'm talking about Daisy's French Onion Dip. Yeah, that bowl that magically empties in 5 minutes. Because Daisy's French Onion Dip, along with their Daisy Ranch dips, aren't just delicious. They're made with real herbs and spices and other ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. No preservatives, no artificial anything, just pure creamy, pass me another chip goodness. And listen, chips, wings, and veggies, I don't discriminate. If it dips, it's diving into Daisy. So for your next snack attack, do what I do. Grab Daisy's French Onion Dip and watch the crowd follow.
Dan Jacobs of 303 Law 4040 and Jacobs Law with another cool story to share. James called 303 Law 4040, and he's like a lot of our clients, not looking to get rich, but he just didn't want to get stuck with a bunch of medical bills. So we met with James like we do all of our 303 Law 4040 clients in person, and it's a good thing we did because we noticed James did not look so good. We sent him to the hospital to get checked out, and they did wind up admitting him. In the end, we got him feeling better and $125,000. He was over the moon. He came into the office to pick up his check and rang that victory bell. And the really cool part is James surprised us with a check of his own, a donation so we could keep the best free meal in Denver coming each and every first and third Thursday. If you've been injured, you may be like James, not looking to get rich, but not sure what to do. That's why we're here to help. Just give us a call at 303 Law 4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303 Law 4040.
Your heat seems to be running a lot more than it should. Why? You might be surprised to learn it's because the insulation in your windows has failed. When that happens, your heat leaks out and the cold gets in. Talk to the pros at Window Nation and get new windows with big savings during Window Nation's Buy 4 Windows, Get 4 free sale. Plus, you could get them with 0 down, 0 monthly payments, and 0 interest for 2 years. And ask how you could get a pair of Icon Pass 2-day sessions. Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Schedule a quote now at windownation.com.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food. But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
A family office is a team built to handle the 3 biggest financial responsibilities a family faces: wealth management, tax strategy, and estate planning. Most firms only manage your investments and refer the rest out, hoping everyone stays aligned. At Trajan, we built something different. Your wealth, tax planning, and estate planning are handled together inside one firm under one roof. There's no guessing whether your CPA, advisor, and estate attorney are truly in sync, because our team works together every day on your behalf. When your financial life becomes more complex, your advice should become more coordinated, not more fragmented. One plan, one trusted team. Call Trajan today, 720-204-8100. That's 720-204-8100.
Trajan Wealth, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Additional disclosures and accreditation at TrajanWealth.com.
Women go through many changes in their lives. And we believe each milestone matters. That every new candle represents another step in your story. Our healthcare experts support women at every stage of life. Because each chapter deserves to be celebrated. Women's health. Nurture what's next. Find care near you at mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health. Human kindness lives here.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Smooth accelerators. When that light turns green, you're off. Like a warm knife through firm butter. Going from 0 to the speed limit in an appropriate amount of time. Sure, your car has horsepower, but your horses prance around as silky smooth as your right foot. Fancy Prancerton. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's brought to you by Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU Women's Basketball faces South Dakota with pregame starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Leading off with a big story of the day, here's The Drive with Zach By and Denver, Colorado's own Phillip Lindsay.
1 hour in the books. Quicker than a New York minute. Man, that first hour was really fun. It flew by. There's still more meat on the Nuggets bone.
Yeah.
That we have to get to. But real quick, let me just so Dante and I got into a bit of a spat in the previous break. Not the one that just happened, but the one previous to that. Because Dante said the Big 12 was the second best basketball league in the world after only the NBA. And I thought that was just a bit too much.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not to say that the best player in the Big 12 who's going to go number one in the draft isn't the best player non-NBA, but so it just we we just went down a rabbit hole. And I said, look, here's what I'll do. I said, I literally know an authority on the topic. He's one of my best friends in the entire world. Like, this is someone who I talk to on a regular basis, played for nearly a decade overseas, all around Europe, all right? I played college basketball with him. He was an All-American 2 times over, player of the year in our conference, and basketball is his life. He's an NBA trainer, okay? Cam Thomas from the Nets, he's his trainer. Kevin Huerter, who's now with the Pistons, that's his trainer.
So he knows a thing or two.
A thing or two. Like, it's literally his life. It's his career. Dags basketball. His name's Steve D'Agostino. You can Google him. His footprint in New York with he's just an ultimate authority.
Damn, man, you said Google to do.
So I gave him the Signetti.
Yeah.
And I said, question for you. I'm in a debate at work, but I can't tell you what side I'm on. Do you think the Big 12 is better than the best league overseas? And if you could provide a quick summary on why you think the way that you do. His response, no, that's the dumbest thing I've heard all day. I'm not justifying with a summary.
Dante, you gotta give people over there in the Europe League, you gotta give them respect, dude. They're out there. Those are professionals.
No, I think they're very good, but I don't think any of those guys could step into the NBA and make a difference the way that the top 5 guys in the Big 12 could.
You know what I think, and I'm being sincere, and I know you believe this, but I think that you just lack context. You know what I mean? And like the literal meaning of the phrase ignorant. You know, we use ignorant as an insult a lot of times. Like, he's ignorant, but like the actual literal, like, you just don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, we just don't know. And so when you tap into someone who does, and you know, it's It's all good. You're not going to win them all, Dante. You're not going to win them all,
It's okay,
Dante.
man. Shake it off.
We agreed. We agreed that I would objectively reach out, and that's the result that we got.
Hey,
that's
rub
all.
some dirt on it. You'll be all right.
I still think I'm right, but that's okay.
All
here we
right.
go.
See, we agreed. I said I'll read. This will break the tie. All right.
So stubborn.
Anyway, the Broncos had a systematic problem this season that explains why someone lost his job. And why did the Broncos have the same problem for a third straight year when it came to one guy? We'll get to that in just a couple minutes. But man, oh man. How about this? Among 230 NFL players who were targeted at least 25 times this season, 40 of the 230 players had a drop rate of more than 1 every 10 catchable passes. Okay? The Broncos had 5 of the 40.
5 of them were on the Denver Broncos. Catching balls.
How insane is that?
Yeah, I wonder how many times that happens, where you have 5 of the 40 on the same team.
Cortland Sutton, 1 drop every 9 catchable passes. Sutton's drop rate of 1 every 9 catchable passes was the 8th worst among 69 NFL players with at least 75 targets this year. You know I am a fan of Cortland Sutton. I think he's going to go up in the Ring of Fame one day. He had a really good season, 1,000 yards. He led the NFL, number 1 wide receiver on 3rd and 4th down this year. For a second straight year, he has that title. Same deal last year. It was 496 of his 1,000 yards came on 3rd and 4th down. He's fantastic. Man, he's got to clean up these drops. He's got to find a way to clean up these drops.
See, it was unusual to see Cortland Sutton because usually Cort's short-handed, big body, big fingers, big hands, and he usually does a great job of catching, looking in, and tucking. That's something that he has always done. And I think it came from Emmanuel Sanders going through the motion, saying, hey, in practice, just work on catch, look at it, tuck, run, and just do it like that. Well, this year, when it comes to Cortland Sutton, there was a lot of times where it seemed like he wasn't focusing on the ball, that he just assumed that he was going to catch the ball, and he was looking up to either break a tackle or I don't know, move the chains, whatever he was going to do, and then you end up dropping the ball, especially if there's a 3rd down and you have to have it. That was Cortland Sutton. He dropped the ball way too much this year, and it cost him in a certain way.
It did.
Example, all right, we're in the AFC Championship. You have someone like Jarrett Stidham in his first time in a long time playing quarterback.
Goodness.
There's a blitz coming. So, of course, Jarrett Stidham gets the ball out of his hands as fast as possible, maybe a little early, but it doesn't matter because it's right there for Court. If Cortland just whips his head around and watches the ball go into his hands, he catches that on 3rd down, which now you move it closer for a Will Lutz field goal. Instead, Cortland drops the ball. It's 4th down now, and now you're punting. So, for Court, you have to clean that up.
He has to. He has to. It's gonna be hard to continuously defend him against people like Dan Jacobs.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to fight off Dan Jacobs.
I was listening. I'm in the car and I'm listening to Dan Jacobs just rant and rave this weekend about Cortland Sutton and his contract. And look, Cortland is the 19th highest paid wide receiver in the NFL. He's probably right around there if you were going to rank wide receivers. I think he's actually maybe like closer to 15, 16.
I would agree with
maybe
you.
17, but right there in that sort of variety.
But you said it right there, 19th. Not top 10,
No.
not top 5,
No.
not number 1.
No.
So Cortland has to clean things up. He's the number 1 receiver here, and we know that.
Well, he's got to figure out the drops, all right, because Sean Payton, by season's end, had enough. But it's not just Sutton. Lil Jordan Humphrey, 1 drop out of every 9 catchable passes. Now, that includes his time with the Giants as well. Okay, so it was a problem for Lil Jordan Humphrey. RJ Harvey, 1 drop every 8 catchable passes. Evan Ingram, 1 drop every 7.5 catchable passes. Like, these numbers are terrible. Tyler Bidet, 1 drop every 6 catchable passes.
Don't get me started with Tyler Bidet. He's only going in on 3rd downs. All right, he has 1 job. And it's not like he has exotic routes. He's usually doing a swing route, and yet he drops that ball. How does that happen? At some point, you have to hold yourself accountable. Because if you drop a ball on third down when you're the third down back, usually you don't have a job next year. So for Tyler Bidet, he needs to go back to work and really focus on catching, because that's what's going to keep him in the league, right? Third down work. Well, you can't be in on third downs if you can't catch that damn football.
Yeah. I mean, this is nuts. And if you're just joining us, I shared the stat. It was 230 players in the NFL this year that were targeted at least 25 times. 40 of those 230 had a drop rate of more than 1 every 10 catchable passes. And 5 of the 40 play for the Denver Broncos. Guys, here's another stat for you. This should cause you to take some aspirin after, okay? Give you a headache. No team in professional football this year had more drops than the Denver Broncos. 39 dropped passes on game day. That is nuts. I don't know what that is per
It's
day.
a lot.
Let's see,
It's
39 divided by 17. So that means over 2 drops, between 2 and 3 drops every single Sunday.
And it may not be on the first down. It may be on the third down when you need to have it. And you end up dropping that ball like Cortland Sutton did in the AFC Championship game. All right, context matters. So if you have 2 drops, but those drops are at the end of a game and on third down, and you have a 3 and out because of it, it's a problem. And you can lose a game. And my guessing is the Denver Broncos may have lost a game because of that.
Well, I mean, you referenced in the AFC title game.
In the AFC, yes.
That's points. You missed out on points in a game you lost by 3. So, goodness gracious, it has got to get better. How about this? How about Evan Ingram? More aspirin.
What about my boy Evan?
Aspirin stat. That's what I'm going to call these. An aspirin stat that you should need to take an aspirin because it gives you a headache. Evan Ingram's drop rate was the second highest in the NFL among tight ends with at least 25 targets. Only Mason Taylor, a rookie for the dysfunctional Jets, had a higher drop rate than Evan Ingram.
Now, when you say drop rate, right, and dropping the ball, does it have to look a certain way, or if it touches your fingers, it's considered a drop?
No, so that's a really good question. I heard this was explained recently. I heard someone say this in the analytical world that, man, it's got to be on you to count as a drop. They are so favorable to, if that ball is high and it hits your fingertips, even though it hits your hands, they'll attribute that to an off-target pass for the quarterback.
It would go towards Bo.
Yep.
Right.
So it's got to be reasonable.
Look, I'm trying to give a couple excuses, trying to help these receivers and running backs out by saying, hey, Bo Nix has something to do with it because Bo had a couple overthrows.
He did.
Now, I will say this about quarterbacks and young quarterbacks. It takes them some time to kind of understand the way they should throw the ball in different routes. All right, for example, Drew Lock, man, he used to just bullet it in on you, right?
Yep.
And you would be scared to catch the ball because it's like, damn, do I catch this ball? And if I catch it, I'm breaking my fingers.
That was kind of like Bo last year.
And that was like Bo last year. And now a guy like Tyrod Taylor, he had so much air under some of his balls, and they were so soft and comfortable, and you feel confident catching them, and you were going to catch them because Tyrod would always, like, not try to bullet it in on you. He would know, like, okay, like, I'm going to go low, or I'm just like, it's a 5-yard dump off, so I'm just going to dump it to you. I'm not going to try to laser it in and try to break your fingertips. So that's something to take into consideration when you're thinking of these drops as well, because sometimes Bo, he can get going, he's running for his life, and he's like, you know what, to hell with it. I'm just going to bullet it in there, and then you drop that ball because it's going 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Yeah, and he had one like that to Sutton in the second half of the year in the red zone where he just freaking pitches it. Like just fastball.
Against the Chiefs.
Good memory.
Against the Kansas City Chiefs. It
Good
should have
memory.
been an easy catch, right? Pitch and catch. Instead, it's bulleted in there, and you drop the ball because of it. And it's on the receiver, but damn, Bo, you got to take some off of it.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, you think of the Bills game. A texter pointing it out, Lil Jordan Humphrey dropped the touchdown pass against the Buffalo Bills.
That was an easy one, right? A beautiful thrown ball by Bo Nix. All you had to do was just clamp down. That's what you tell the young kids. Just clamp down.
Yeah.
And Lil Jay has 2 touchdowns instead of 1.
And if you want to go butterfly effect, and I know there's no way of knowing, but if you want to go butterfly effect, say he catches that touchdown. and you don't go into overtime, and you're not breaking your ankle. Seriously. And I know there's no way of knowing this.
Yeah. Blame it on little Jordan Humphrey. If you catch that damn ball,
I'm just saying.
Bo is healthy.
No, I'm just saying, like, and we don't understand how the ripples of the universe work. But say he does catch that. Game doesn't go into overtime. Bo doesn't break his ankle. Broncos are in the Super Bowl. Me and you are in, San Francisco getting after it tonight. I don't know.
Damn it, Lil J. This is on you.
Gosh, I mean, but it's a systemic problem.
Yeah.
When you have that many drops, and our audience is always coming and going, so I'm just going to repeat this. Among 230 NFL players who had at least 25 targets this year, 40 of the 230 had a drop rate of more than 1 every 10 catchable passes. And the Broncos had 5 of the 40. Cortland Sutton, 1 drop every 9 catchable passes. All right, not ideal for your number 1, but he was on the good end of the spectrum because Lil Jordan was 1 out of every 9. RJ Harvey, 1 out of every 8. Evan Ingram, 1 out of every 7.5. Tyler Bidet, 1 out of every 6. No team had more drops than the Denver Broncos, 39 dropped passes this season. Ingram's drop rate, second highest in the NFL among tight ends with 25 targets, trailing only rookie Mason Taylor of the New York Jets. And I think this explains why Kerry Colbert lost his job.
Yeah, Z, I mean, hey, look, it's a performance-based business, and that's for the coaching staff as well. I'll never forget my head coach, or my running backs coach, Coach Curtis Markins, coming in and saying, hey, look, and it was with Melvin Gordon when he was starting to fumble the ball. And he said, dude, you got to start hanging on to the ball because now they're asking me why you're not hanging on to the football. I'm not the one playing, but I'm up at the principal's office trying to explain, trying to help you out by explaining what's happening, going on with you. You're getting ready to make me lose my job for something that you're not doing, and that's ball security. And that's why someone like Mike McIntyre, head coach when I was with the Colorado Buffaloes, used to say, hey, ball security is job security. Hopes and dreams of all of our hopes and dreams are in that football. So when somebody's around you, make sure you're high and tight with that football. Make sure you're catching, you're looking in the catch. Because we cannot have that football on the ground. All right, we cannot be dropping footballs that can help us win these games because if we don't win enough games, we're all getting fired. So, yes, if your room, receiving room, running back room, doesn't matter what room, is not up to par, that coach usually gets fired. And I think that's exactly what happened here. Sean Payton was upset. All right, he addressed it during his press conference at the end of the year. And all of a sudden, an hour goes by, 2 hours goes by, and he releases a couple coaches, and one being the receivers coach.
Yeah, he was asked about if he wants to add to the wide receiver room, and this is how he navigated his way through that question. Listen close.
Look, we've drafted to it, and I like who we've drafted to it. Yeah, there were too many, even down the stretch. And
of course, he's talking about too many drops.
So, we'll look at the thing with the draft. Man, we've invested, and I like the players in that room. We've got speed, we've got size, we've got all the things I'm used to. You'd want to have in a good offense. But I think that there's a proper way to catch a football, and most of the times it's with your thumbs together, not the other way around. And the other way around, I'm serious, only exists when the ball's below your belly button. Even the deep balls should be caught, with your thumbs together. So we got to be better at that.
When he started to get into detail of how to catch a football and your thumbs being together, even on deep passes, the only time it should be the opposite is when the ball is below your belly button. It just leads me to believe that he did not like the maybe lack of emphasis on that when it came to Kerry Colbert coaching that room.
Zach, I believe you're right on that one right there, man. That's like two different philosophies, right? Some coaches are going to have like, hey, pinkies, when it's a deep ball and you're going, you have pinkies together and then, you clamp down. And Sean wants them where the two thumbs are together and you're looking right at the ball where you can see it go through your hands and then you clamp down on it like that. And if you have a coach that's like, well, coach, like that's not how I coach. And Sean saying, well, either you're going to coach it like that or we're going to move on. That's what probably ended up happening. And it's like there was way too many drop passes. They've been doing it your way. It hasn't been working. Now it's time for a change. So whoever's coming in next, I guarantee that receiver coach.
Oh, those thumbs are going to be together.
That's the first thing we're going to be able to talk about during camp. Oh, the thumbs are together, guys.
Yeah. There's no doubt. There's no doubt. Yeah, and then so here's George Payton on if he regrets not making a move to add to the wide receiver room at the deadline.
No, I don't regret that. I mean, at the time we had we like our receiving group. I don't think our receiving group, held us back from this game. I don't look at it like that. We got some young receivers and Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin and Mimsy and Sut. I don't think that's the reason we didn't make the Super Bowl. I think those guys, in their own right, had good years. We had some injuries in the end that hurt us. Going back to Buffalo, we had 3 receivers. For the rest, I think from the second quarter on, that's tough. And then in this game, we had 4. We always look at everything. I don't think. What was available, would have made much of a difference, for us.
Now, there's a couple things here. One, I didn't think the Broncos needed to add to the wide receiver room at the deadline either. I didn't. I thought they should have added a running back, specifically Breece Hall, and I echoed that as, I'm not going to relitigate it.
And George probably would agree with you. At the end there, it's like, we probably should have went out there and traded for a running back. Breece Hall was going for a 4th, I think maybe a 3rd.
A 3rd, yeah.
We have a 3rd to spare. Go ahead, throw that 3rd out there, get Breece Hall, and now, hey, you have a running back that you can use in the playoffs.
Yep, you needed security. The only sample to draw from with J.K. Dobbins was his season ending early, every single time. And if a radio host saw it, so should the Denver Broncos, okay? But in both of their responses, Sean and George, they really like this wide receiver room. This wide receiver room who had the most drop passes in the NFL. And I'm like, I like the room. I don't know if I love the room, though.
Well, what do you want? Other than we know you got to catch the ball. We know that. But what else are you looking for? Because like Sean said, the speed's there, the size. You have someone like Marvin Mims. You have Cortland Sutton, Pat Bryant, a blue-collar kind of guy. I mean, there's a bunch of receivers in that room that can do something. Now, it's not the sexy ones. It's not the
Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson.
No, but they work well together, and I would say that you need to get them more involved. Marvin Mims was not involved this year.
And that's where I want to go now, because I think that I would feel differently about the room if they got Mims simply more involved. You want to know what? I gave you the drop rates of all those guys in the room. You know whose name you didn't hear?
The Mimster.
Marvin Mims. The best drop rate in the Broncos wide receiver room among those with at least 25 targets. Guys, it was Marvin Mims. He had 1 drop in 50 catchable passes. I already gave you the ones before. Sutton, 1 out of every 9. Lil Jordan, 1 out of every 9. Harvey drops 1 out of every 8. Ingram, 1 out of every 7.5. Bidet drops 1 out of every 6. Mims had 1 drop in 50 catchable passes. Why the hell? And I'm so confused about this, and this is now a 3rd straight year that Sean Payton, for 3 straight years, has failed to incorporate Marvin Mims in a more meaningful way on a Sunday-by-Sunday basis.
He won't obey his eyes. Even when Marvin Mims almost, like we had that thing where he was having the trajectory of maybe 1,000 yards, because at the end of the last 10 games of the year, he started to flourish and he was making these big-time catches and touchdowns. And yet the next year, which is this year, you don't utilize him. You utilize him in some screen games, every now and then a deep ball, but he wasn't a guy that you were consistently getting involved. He was not a part of the game plan.
No. He had 322 receiving yards this year.
Because for some odd reason, Sean loves these big receivers. That's what he pays attention to. He wants those big, fast receivers. But Sean, not every receiver is going to be 6'4", 230 pounds, and can run a 4.3. You got Marvin Mims, who's an all-pro punt and kick returner, but he's a dynamic receiver. Yes, can he get better with his route running? Of course. But can he stretch that football field and make some big plays for you? Yes, he's already shown that. You need to do a better job of implementing him in the system. And this right now, Z, this is why you have someone like Davis Webb, who's going to be the offensive coordinator, and he's going to get someone like Marvin Mims going. He probably has a vision for Marvin Mims, and he's pitching to Sean right now. He has a vision for Evan Ingram because Davis Webb was Evan Ingram's teammate with the New York Giants. This is why I believe that Davis Webb is going to be calling plays, because I think Davis Webb is going to have an opportunity to get all these receivers involved and show Sean he can do that.
Yeah. In the last 7 games, I know you mentioned this, but I just want to say it again for clarification. In the last 7 games of last year, he was on a 1,000-yard trajectory in a 7-game sample size, which is pretty legitimate. Okay, it's almost half of an NFL season. To follow up this year with 322 yards, and then you start featuring him in the postseason, and he's your leading receiver by a mile.
Yeah, make that make sense.
It doesn't, and I'm not going to try to make it make sense. It's just they have to do a better job of getting this guy involved early and often. He's a clear talent.
And it's contract year for the man now.
Correct.
So you're going to get him involved. He's going to look really, really good, and you're going to have to pay him a lot of money or let him walk. Crazy.
All right. Chris Sims had some really direct comments to Sean Payton out at the Super Bowl. Holy smokes. You talk about going right at it. It's next.
The champ! Are you ready? Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all included, plus a $500 Visa card. So get in the ring and enter now at denversports.com/superfan. That's denversports.com/superfan.
If you owe back taxes, listen carefully to rule number 1. Never go up against the IRS alone. They're cracking down, freezing bank accounts, garnishing paychecks, canceling passports. Even your home or business could be at risk. But here's what they don't tell you. The IRS has powerful tax relief programs that could save you thousands if you qualify. That's why smart people call Optima Tax Relief, America's #1 tax resolution firm. Nobody knows these programs like the experts at Optima. Their team of tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $2 billion in tax debt for people just like you. The IRS is not stopping, so don't wait, and don't take them on alone. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Big tax changes this year could mean a bigger refund, and Jackson Hewitt knows how to get you your biggest. You'll get $100 just to try us. That won't make you filthy rich, but definitely gas plus groceries rich. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back, which would make you low-key loaded. Or at least wealthy adjacent? Go with our trusted pros and get $100 to switch. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Hi, Flo here from Progressive. You know, life changes quickly, so it's good to have flexible coverage.
Oh, you mean like adding another vehicle?
Yes, that's something we can do.
Great, because I was thinking about getting a van so we could just keep the kids' softball stuff in the car.
Oh, we don't need to get into specifics. Just saying it's easy to change.
Oh, and Hannah wants to try the tuba.
Again, we don't need the specifics.
Last year, she wanted to be a tap dancer, but that only lasted 2 lessons.
Okay.
But she kept the shoes because they are adorable.
Well, just know that with Progressive, you can easily add another car to your auto insurance because we know life changes.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Brenda Stokely from my friends at Roller Auction, leader in Colorado auctions for over 40 years. They conduct over 150 auctions every year, selling tens of thousands of items at the price you set. Auctions are held regularly for Colorado government agencies, and they always have big-ticket items at great prices. That's why I love Roller Auction. And almost all bidding is conducted online in real time, and it's open to the public. Anyone can participate. Check back regularly. New auctions are added weekly. Be the first to know about new auctions available for bidding when you sign up for email notifications. Go to rollerauction.com/thefan.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Babe, your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastry at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? You get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
A careless driver caused your crash. Medical bills are piling up, and you might not be able to work. Life just got a lot more expensive, and you don't know what to do. At Berg Simpson, your consultation is absolutely free. We'll explain your legal options at no cost to you. Help starts with a phone call to us.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives. It's not just a slogan, it's who we are.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Replace stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text ROAD to 323232 right now. Text ROAD to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's ROAD to 323232. Text ROAD to 323232 now.
We're hiring at Don's Garage Doors. No experience? No problem. We provide full training, a brand new van, top-of-the-line tools, a gas card, and steady jobs with weekly pay. This isn't just a job. It's a career with real growth, great pay, and job security. Our team members go from training to 6 figures, and we're ready to help you do the same. Don't wait. Apply now at donsgaragedoors.com.
Want to partake in our contests? Check out the rules at DenverSports.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU Women's Basketball faces South Dakota with pregame starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Every day at 3:30, the drive comes off the top rope to hit you with a 1, 2, 3.
Finally, the Rock has come back to Denver.
Tape your wrists, stretch your spandex, and oil your hair. Here's Zach and Phil with today's 3 count on the drive.
All right, let's come off the top rope with it! 1! All righty. Man, I know we played it at the top of the show to provide context to a conversation that we were having, but Chris Sims, former quarterback, a lot of respect for his football knowledge.
Very smart.
His football acumen and IQ out at the Super Bowl, and we got Mace on the case. Andrew Mason out in San Francisco, all right, doing the Lord's work.
That lucky dog, him, huh?
He asked Chris Sims about Sean Payton's decision on 4th and 1, and this is what he said.
I would have played, let's keep applying the pressure no matter what, even if Bo Nix is there. Here's the thing I didn't love about it. One, the play was basic. Everybody has that play in the first week of training camp. I was like, man, this is Sean Payton's AFC Championship. Go for it. I got to make it happen play. I was shocked by that. Vrabel played a defense that most people don't play in that situation. He played Tampa 2 on 4th and 1. right? So Vrabel's coaching is special. That play right there, them telling the Drake May to keep the ball around the edge, and then the late slow substitution on the Stidham interception, that was coach and situational football, and that's why Vrabel is Belichickian and Parcells that way, to give him that advantage. But yeah, no, even if Bo Nix was there, and you can ask my NBC friends all here, I am the one that's always there, kick the field goal. Okay, sorry for that, but that's Chris Sims for you. All right, good.
All right, good.
That's Chris Sims. You don't know me today. You gonna learn today.
Oh my God! Look, it's a golden piece of audio. All right, and he is not too dissimilar from us, but to much like myself saying I don't like the call to go for it on fourth down, but then within that decision making, the play call itself, I mean, it was a disaster. And for him to say like that's your play call on 4th and 1, man, it's
basic, right?
It's like we installed that the first day of training camp. It just just drudges it all up again.
Yeah, I think for Sean, it's like, damn, I should have went for my gut. I should have went with my gut and ran the ball. Didn't call that timeout. But also, Sean, you've been creative your whole career. All of a sudden, you change up. You're scared to do a play. You go out there. You say you want to be aggressive. You are aggressive. You go out there with a backup quarterback and do a basic play that the Patriots sniffed out from the start. They were probably calling the play out. It's a pass.
My God. Called the play call shocking. Just
kick the field goal.
Oh,
kick the field goal. Go up by 10 points.
And I know we're reliving this, and it's a couple days before the Super Bowl, and we think the Broncos should be there. But man, oh man, oh man, oh man, it hurts. It's so stuck in my craw, and I don't know how long it's going to be there. I really don't.
It's going to take more time. It's going to be right after the Super Bowl, right? Then it's like, okay, we have to move on. No football's being played, but the Patriots are going to be playing the Super Bowl on Sunday. We should be in there instead of the Patriots. So that whole game, you're going to be sitting there thinking, well, I know I am. Damn, that should be us. How does it look with Jarrett Stidham? I don't know, but the Denver Broncos, that logo should be in the damn Super Bowl.
I know. And the Broncos themselves are saying it out at the Super Bowl. Cortland Sutton, Garrett Bowles, like they're saying this. Man,
take the point, Sean.
Dante, you got something there?
Yeah, I don't like the players saying they should be playing in that game. I think it's a little cringy. If you should be playing in the game, you would have been playing in the game.
Yeah,
I do agree with that.
I was gonna say I don't really disagree with that. I think it's different. I think it's different for someone like myself.
Yeah, no, I think that's okay. But I think a player on the team should have been saying
and so Cortland Sutton is the first that I heard say it. It's like, dude, you had a drop on 3rd down that would have led to points.
Yeah.
So like you can tell me what you should be doing, but you didn't do it when you could have. And
like you could have controlled the game. Catch the ball. I'm with you guys on that. It's like, hey, we can say it as fans, but we're not the ones out there. But the ones out there actually making the plays,
right?
And you don't make that play, well, that's on you. Players make plays. Players win games.
And then you have Bowles saying it as well, and it's like, well, your offensive line kind of got dominated as well that day. You know what I mean? Didn't they?
They did. But GB saying, hey, look, I didn't get dominated.
Yeah. I mean,
as a unit, they got control.
They did. All right. I mean, you can't do anything about it now, but God almighty, that just drudged it all back up this morning when I heard that from Chris Sims. Next in the 3 count.
1, 2.
All right. 2 Colorado worlds collided last night when Shedeur Sanders threw Garrett Bowles a touchdown in the Pro Bowl in a moment that people will be talking about for ages, generations from now.
Oh, the legends.
Yes.
Legendary. Perfect timing. I will say this. It's like good to see GB having fun.
Sure.
All right, everybody gets to see his personality, his character.
He is a character.
He's a different guy.
His personality is actually like blossoming, it feels like, in front of everyone.
It's built for the Pro Bowl where everything is fun. He's a big man with a goofy mindset.
Teddy bear,
right? And he has his kids there, and his kids are cute. It's a great thing for GB, and I'm glad he's getting his flowers to be a Pro Bowler. And you know what? He caught a touchdown pass. Now, he could have had a real-life touchdown this year, remember? It was against the Dallas Cowboys. And it was a rollout, and GB went for the touchdown, and he dived again for no reason.
Yes, he dove. That's right.
You know, Garrett Bowles loves to dive.
He is so dramatic. Remember the fake tackle when he was chasing someone?
Yes, he loves to dive.
and then when he had the ankle injury this year, he laid out on the field like he was shot, like someone shot him. He's just laying dead there.
Like, putting the thumb up because he got carted off. The next day, he's at practice.
Oh, my God.
Telling us we need to work harder. I'm like, damn.
This guy. Oh, my God.
You know what? You know who reminds me of OGB? Mr. Zach By. So dramatic.
Really? Me and Ballsy. I'm in the GB zone.
The GB zone.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm messing with you.
That is so funny, man. But he truly is a character. And I think, I'll tell you this. Okay, so I'm going to go deeper here, more like psychiatrist. Like, he went through a lot as a young person, right? Went through a whole lot.
Yeah.
Was like homeless for a second, raised by a different family, kicked out of his home.
Yeah, got in some trouble.
Just got a lot of trouble. And he comes in the NFL, but you're still so young. You don't realize you're still so young. And I think that maybe Bowles, more than he's ever been. I'm not going to say for the first time because that is too dramatic, but maybe more to a degree more than he's ever been. He's just comfortable in his own skin.
It just feels good to just be himself.
He's himself,
Yeah.
and you're established, and you've played great, and you've got contracts and honors and great, and you're just more at ease with who you are as a person.
I like that.
You're more willing to be more colorful, and you're just
open up.
Yeah, open up.
Yeah, I like that, and you're right. For GB, I mean, we say it all the time here. He went from being a zero to a hero. People were booing him. They hated him. It was bad for his family being out there some games. And every time a flag would come out and the holding call would, the ref would signal the holding call, everybody would start booing because it was number 72.
Yep.
And so that has to do something to your mental. But now for Garrett Bowles, he's been very consistent, one of the best offensive linemen in the league. He's finally in the Pro Bowl. He's an all pro. Everything is going right for this man, and he deserves his flowers. And for him to be able to go out there and just show his character, it's fun to watch.
Really fun to watch. All right, we will kick out of the last slap of the mat in the 3 count. The Seattle Seahawks are in the Super Bowl, and guess what they're saying? The first step in the process was. That's next.
Are the Denver Broncos an NFL destination once again?
They are half a football away from going to the Super Bowl, and you're going to have more money than you've ever had to spend, no dead cap, and quote QB on a rookie deal. I think the Broncos have become one of the more desirable destinations in the entire NFL to be with.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Think switching to T-Mobile is a whole complicated thing? Nah, it's easy. You can do it almost anywhere in just 15 minutes.
Even poolside like Drewski, you can switch to T-Mobile and unlock savings that are built to last. With T-Mobile's Better Value Plan, you can save over $1,000 a year versus Verizon and AT&T. Save on streaming, satellite, and more benefits that they leave out.
I get all the VIP perks.
Start saving from day one, and for a limited time, get T-Mobile's Better Value Plan.
I know you love deals.
Plus, switch right now, and we'll even pay off your old phone up to $800. What do you think of all that, Drewski?
Stay chillin', just switch it. It's better over here.
Check the math at T-Mobile.com/better value. Savings versus comparable plans at AT&T and Verizon, plus the cost of optional benefits. Plan features and taxes and fees vary. With 3+ lines of Better Value Plan. 3+ new lines and 2 eligible ports, or 3+ lines and 5+ years on T-Mobile postpaid plan required. Qualifying credit required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Get up to $800 per line via virtual prepaid card. Typically takes 15 days after rebate submission. Qualifying unlocked device credit service ported 90+ days with device and eligible carrier, and timely redemption required. No cash access and card expires in 6 months. Card issued by Sunrise Banks N.A. member FDIC.
HelloFresh makes home cooking nutritious, delicious, and exciting. You excited when you get those freezer-burnt, pre-packaged meals in the mail? I know I'm not. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus, because nothing hits like home cooking.
Hey, Mom. It's me. Oh, my gosh. You'll never believe what I just opened for Valentine's Day. A sapphire ring from Hellsberg. Just like the one I lost years ago. Remember how excited I was when you gave it to me? I cannot believe you remembered that story. I guess you were right. I really found the one.
This Valentine's Day, create a moment that means something with up to 40% off gifts at Helzberg. Shop in store or at helzberg.com.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health.
This February, save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Between groceries, travel, and higher prices, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, especially if you're already relying on credit cards to cover the basics. If that debt is piling up, you're not alone. If you're a homeowner, you might have considered reaching out to American Financing, but hesitated because you don't want to give up your low mortgage rate. That's why American Financing created the Smart Equity Loan, a simple, smart way to get your finances back on track without giving up your low mortgage rate. Unlike a HELOC, which can fluctuate with the market, the Smart Equity Loan offers a fixed rate, so you'll have one predictable monthly payment. It lets you use your home's equity to pay off high-interest debt, free up your cash flow, and still keep your existing mortgage intact. There are no upfront fees to find out how much you can save. Call 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
The University of Denver brings you the best athletics in the metro area. From lacrosse, basketball, hockey, soccer, gymnastics, and more. We have a sport to cheer on at DU. Ticket packages are available to meet your busy lifestyle and are easy on the wallet. Learn more on our digital platforms, including denverpioneers.com.
Brandon Stokely here for Colorado's hometown HVAC team, ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Is your heating system struggling to perform and need to be traded? It has never been easier to get a quote for a new heating system. Rocks Heating and Air offers a free online heating and cooling quoting system so that you can quickly and accurately get pricing on a new system. Only at ROX Rocks Heating and Air. Now play that jingle.
HVAC service, installation, repair. ROX Rocks Heating and Air.
I'm Rob Wilhite. For almost 50 years, Colorado has trusted the Wilhite Law Firm after serious car accidents. With over $1 billion recovered, we know how to win for our community. Injured? Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's WilhiteWins.com.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
The Seattle Seahawks are in the Super Bowl. And guess what they're saying the first step in the process was?
Laughing at Broncos fans.
We'll get to we'll get to it in 10 seconds here. But first, calling all wrestling super fans, my brothers and sisters out there. We have your chance to go to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. It's the Superfan Send-Off presented by 303 Law 4040. Here's what you get. A pair of 2-night tickets to this event, and it is a 2-night event, a great event, granddaddy of them all, some say. Round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. For more info and to enter, head to denversports.com/superfan. If you smell what The Rock is cooking.
I was waiting for you. I wonder when you're gonna implement that.
Yes, smile. And then he'd like roll his tongue, like la 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 la. Classic. All right, the Seahawks, man.
Yeah, they're in the Super Bowl.
Man, what a story! What a seemingly complete team that they have.
Yes. And you know what, Z? It started Bo Nix's rookie year. Their defense. Remember, Bo played. That was Bo Nix's first game as an NFL quarterback, and he struggled against that defense. Where Bo Nix almost threw 5 interceptions.
Oh gosh, that was his first game.
Yes, and that defense was just all over the place. And Bo Nix looked like he was seeing ghosts, just like Sam Darnold used to with the Jets. And that's because of the Seattle Seahawks defense, and they were just aggressive with their pass rushers. They have some really good cornerbacks, and they had a great scheme.
Well, yeah, it's a good memory. I forgot that was Bo Nix's first game.
He struggled,
and that was Mike McDonald's first game.
Yes, you're right.
He was the DC for the Ravens, and that was his debut against these Broncos. Wow, forgot about that. And Bo threw 2 interceptions, but you're right. He could have had like 4 or 5. That's right. So I'm reading Jacob Robinson from The Athletic. He wrote a story about the Seahawks just journey, and I'm just interested in this stuff and what buttons they pushed and see how it could relate to us here in Denver. And I'm reading, he's talking about Seahawks general manager John Schneider, and he says, quote, John Schneider's also no stranger to bold moves. Seattle did all of the following during 6 days last March. They released longtime receiver Tyler Lockett. They traded quarterback Geno Smith to the Raiders. They sent DK Metcalf to the Steelers, and then came to terms with Sam Darnold in free agency. Busy, but not Schneider's boldest moment. That was trading Russell Wilson 4 years ago. An obvious coup in hindsight, though it was a major risk at the time. Wilson was one of Schneider's best draft picks, a third-rounder, and had been named a Pro Bowler for the 9th time in the quarterback's 10 seasons. That trade was the first step towards this contender. Seattle avoided Wilson's decline and his 5-year, $245 million extension, instead rewarded with 2 of Denver's first-round picks, which became current starting left tackle Charles Cross and starting corner Devon Witherspoon, and 2 second-round picks who turned into rotational edge rushers Boye Mafe and Derek Hall, end quote. And I'm just reading this, and I'm like, I'm not expecting, and I guess maybe if I thought it through, 3-4 steps backwards that they would have mentioned this, but I wasn't expecting a Denver twist reading this article from The Athletic. And I just sort of kind of crossed my arms, and I'm just like, damn. That was a next level sell high. And I remember like it was yesterday, I'm sitting here behind the same microphone. This is not a drill. And Phil.
What did Cecil say? He said, was it Dynasty or Super Bowls?
Oh, no, that was Dynasty at the time.
Dynasty.
Yep. With this new ownership group and Russell Wilson, it's the start of a new Broncos dynasty. And look, Cecil wasn't alone. We were having segments. Would you take one Lombardi with Russ, or would you decline that option and roll the dice for multiple Lombardi trophies?
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I was still in the league, and I was a little salty. I'm like, damn, the Denver Broncos want to become good now. They finally get a quarterback in the building. Sean, what are you doing? Why'd you decide to let me go? I want to be there with Russ. Let's cook. Let's ride.
Man, and here's the thing. Just like this year, there was no one more driving the hype train than Sean Payton himself. There was no one driving the hype train quite like Russell Wilson at that time. And he had, oh my gosh, I mean, I could do an hour on this, but he had the cleats that he had airbrushed, with 3 Lombardi trophies, and says more to come, and he was talking about, he said in his intro press conference, he wanted to win 3 to 4 more Super Bowls.
He made it sound like it was just that easy.
Yeah.
We're going to go with 3 or 4.
I want to feel the chill of that trophy. Remember him saying that? Yeah. The guy shows up on the first day wearing his own jersey. What?
He's that little Russ. Russ going to cook today.
Oh my God.
Third person.
Dude. Oh my gosh. He was, and it became one of the biggest just disaster eras in the history of the Denver Broncos. And they did give him that contract with 2 years left on it. And
I remember Broncos fans laughing at Seattle fans.
Totally.
And saying, ha, like, we got, like, look at us now. And then what happened to Russ? And then we got rid of Russ. It's like, ha, look at us now. And now look at what the Seattle Seahawks are doing with all the assets that they got. Now, Russ helped Seattle out because Russ wanted out of Seattle as well. He wanted to force his way out. And so, like, you get rid of Russ. DK Metcalf is another one that decided he didn't want to be there anymore. And now look at him. I guarantee Russ and DK wish that they were definitely there for this Super Bowl run.
Yeah, but you think about it, you look back, and these moves on paper that were like, wait, they're trading DK Metcalf?
Yeah.
They're releasing Tyler Lockett? Weren't they just in the postseason with Geno Smith?
Yeah, they were. There was a couple times where Geno was in the playoffs.
Yeah, so it's like, man, you're releasing a guy that, kind of stabilized the position. It seemed,
You're bringing in Sam Darnold? Like, come on, Sam Darnold? Yeah, he's been good, but he can't get to the big game. He's a guy that you could rely on as a backup. No. Sam Darnold, he's doing the damn thing. He's in the Super Bowl. He's finding ways to win games. It's going to be interesting to see if this man can win a Super Bowl before Lamar Jackson. All right, Josh Allen. Who was another one? Baker Mayfield.
Yep.
Those were guys in his draft class, and right now he seems like he's the last one standing. It's crazy to think that way.
It is crazy. But I'll say this. There's another side to this story that wasn't being told in that story about the Athletic in the mega trade. Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos, and we'll get to it next.
Will playing without Nikola Jokic end up being a blessing in disguise for the Nuggets?
During the course of the time that he was out, a lot of guys had to step up. Guys got expanded chances to play. Their roles changed, and a lot of guys really made the most of it, led by Peyton Watson.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus, 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture, and then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
When the new year hits, every business could use a little something to stay ahead. A lift, a jump start, an edge, or perhaps a boost. Like the all-new 5-year business boost from Comcast Business. It's the certainty of a price lock for 5 years on qualifying internet bundles. Plus, you'll have the most reliable Wi-Fi with our best equipment, so your whole team can stay connected at a great rate. And to sweeten the deal, ask about a $500 prepaid card when you add 2 lines of mobile. It's the boost your business deserves. So sign up for the 5-year business boost and get a 5-year price lock on ultra-reliable Wi-Fi. Plus, ask about a $500 prepaid card. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Ends 3/22/26. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees. Best Wi-Fi based on Open Signal Awards USA Fixed Broadband Experience Report, May 2025.
At Belco Credit Union, we want to make your dream renovation a reality. Maybe that means a modern kitchen upgrade or a luxurious new bathroom. With Belco's Home Equity Choice line, you can get easy access to funds with the freedom and convenience of a home equity line of credit, plus the security and stability of a home equity loan. Plus, Belco is also offering low rates for qualified borrowers. Learn more at belco.org/choiceline. Belco is an equal opportunity housing lender. Belco, banking for everyone.
When it's cold, the last thing you want is your home's heater to quit on you. At 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning, our team of comfort specialists take the frustration out of the equation. From simple repairs to more complex fixes, we'll get you warm and comfortable quickly. Just call 855-1-HOUR or visit onehourair.com. Don't forget, we're
Always on time, or you don't pay it time. Always on time, or you don't pay it time.
Independently owned and operated, licensed in their respective state or county.
Okay, does this happen to anybody else? You sit down with a juicy QPC, some McNuggets, and those golden fries from McDonald's. Then you take a long sip of your Sprite because you can still hear your mama saying, don't fill up on that drink before you eat your food. But you're grown now, so you do what you want.
Share and share alike with the 20-piece McNuggets from McDonald's for just $6. Limited time only. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I received from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Call 720-459-HAIR. Advanced Hair.
Shop the President's Day Super Sale at Denver Mattress. Get a Colorado Queen now $199.99. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 60 months no interest and free shipping at Denver Mattress.
KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. You're listening to Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU Women's Basketball faces South Dakota with pregame starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
So we're supposed to be doing something else right now, but I want to just continue this conversation that we were just having about the Seattle Seahawks. And I told you I was reading an article from Jacob Robinson from The Athletic. And basically, I'm not going to read it, the excerpt again, but basically they said the first step of this Super Bowl journey was the trade Russell Wilson to the Denver Broncos. And not paying him that $245 million extension. And the Broncos gave 2 first-round picks, 2 second-round picks, and this is now like the starting left tackle, starting corner, rotational edge rushers, like all that. And so you just I want to go down a road here, but before we do, look at the 2 teams that are playing in the Super Bowl. One got there by beating the Broncos.
Yeah.
And the other is there by giving credit to the first step to their Super Bowl run was trading Russell Wilson to the Broncos.
So both are because of the damn Denver Broncos.
In one way, shape, or form, it's just crazy. It really is just crazy, the Bronco spin in this dynamic here. But here's where I ultimately go. Okay, so the Russell Wilson thing was an abject disaster. Truly, just embarrassing. Oh, my goodness. Because you remember the Broncos got 7 primetime games. 7.
Oh, I remember. I mean, the Denver Broncos lost their first one to the Seattle Seahawks. Remember, because Shelby Harris got on the mic and was like, that's why you don't trade away good players. Shelby was part of that trade with it was all those draft picks. Oh, my gosh. It was Drew Lock.
Oh, my gosh.
It was Shelby Harris, and I want to say somebody else.
Noah. Yeah, it was Noah Fant was in the trade.
Noah Fant.
But wasn't it also Draymond Jones?
Draymond Jones was a part of that one as well. So maybe it wasn't Drew at the time.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so maybe Drew was somewhere else. But I know it was Shelby Harris, Draymond Jones, and Noah Fant.
Yeah. You love calling him Font.
You know what? He never corrected me, see? Till this day, Noah will go work out, and I'll be like, Font, what's up? And he'll just keep going.
So
he'll just keep going.
So you're right. Oh, how did I forget this for a second? Russell Wilson's first game was on Monday Night Football against the Seahawks. That's right. So much stuff has happened that got lost in the shuffle in my mind. That's right. And Nathaniel Hackett went for the field goal.
Yes.
Oh,
with
my
B. Jones.
gosh.
Or McManus. Brandon McManus.
Yeah, Brandon McManus. Oh, my gosh, that's right. It was in Seattle.
In Seattle, yeah.
Holy smokes. So much has happened since that trade. But here's where I ultimately end up from 20,000 feet up.
You love to be 20,000 feet up.
I do.
You love to be the general manager.
I do.
So what's going on?
I think about it like this. I'm trying to organize my thoughts here in real time in a way because I didn't think we were going to go down this road. But you do the Russell Wilson deal. It was embarrassing. It was a monumental gash to the organization. And probably the most embarrassing sequence or among the most embarrassing sequences in the history of the Denver Broncos.
Z, we're just getting out of cap hell this year.
Right.
This will be the first
This coming year.
This coming year will be the first year where we're free and we can spend a little bit more money than usual.
And we're talking Super Bowl, and Russ and the Broncos won 5 games in 2022. 5! It's unthinkable looking back at it.
Russ was not cooking.
And then you got to remember that the number one narrative when Sean Payton was hired was, well, can he fix Russ? I mean, this thing is a 30 for 30. But here's what I'll say. It was so embarrassing in 2022 with Nathaniel Hackett and Russell Wilson. And Russell is trying to be the leader of the franchise. He was like a quarterback and trying to be an executive at the same time. It's just nightmare. But I don't think if that doesn't happen, and it got so bad and so embarrassing and so down and out and so dark, you had to do something extreme. And it had to be a proven concept. Vance Joseph was a first-time head coach.
Yeah.
Vic Fangio was a first-time head coach. Nathaniel Hackett was a first-time head coach. And by the way, you see he got an OC job today.
Arizona.
Man.
Good
Crazy.
luck. Good luck, AZ.
Dude. You talk about good old boy network.
Yeah.
You talk about good old. The fact that dude is still getting work, meaningful work, big boy title, offensive coordinator.
It's Russell freaking Wilson. Dude, you're the head coach.
Right. Yeah,
you're fanboying over your quarterback.
Literally fanning out. But if it didn't get as bad as it got, where there was no room for interpretation, everyone who had an actively working brain and a pair of working eyeballs was this is a terrible, terrible, terrible situation. You had to do something extreme. And the extreme thing was going with a proven concept. It couldn't have been a roll of the dice. It had to be someone like Sean Payton. And the last thing that you wanted to do in that moment after giving up all those picks for Russ was giving up a first-round pick for your coach. This has only happened a handful of times in the history of NFL. So
what was it, three first-round picks altogether with the Russ?
Yes, and 2 second-round picks plus players. So it was one of these things where it's yes, it got so dark and so bad, but because it did, you had to do something extreme. And that was trading for Sean Payton. And if you don't trade for Sean Payton, you're not 1 game away from the Super Bowl right now. You're not looking at next year like all things are possible. Now, Sean's got some stuff to work on his own. He's not perfect. But if you don't have Sean, you don't have Bo Nix. And the Broncos, we think, just found their first franchise quarterback since Peyton Manning. So, yeah, it was bad there for a while, and that sequence is among the worst in the history of the Broncos. And I would argue in front of a jury that it was the worst sequence when you contrast the expectations to the results. But it ultimately led to the right head coach and a potential franchise, or I would say potential franchise quarterback, a franchise quarterback.
And let's not forget, this wasn't Greg Penner, and you could throw George in there because he's the general manager. This wasn't their first decision. They wanted DeMeco Ryans. They wanted
Jim Harbaugh. Yeah.
Instead, you end up having to trade a first-round draft pick to get Sean Payton to get on board, but that was the best decision for the Denver Broncos. And usually, it's not the first one. It's not the second one. Third time's a charm. And it was Sean Payton. And now, because we have Sean Payton, anything is possible. He paints this pretty picture for all of us now. He was the one that called his shot that the Super Bowl was going to be this year, and damn it, Sean, you had your chance, and you blew it. Kick and take the points. But because of him, we all are believing now. Because of him, we do have Bo Nix in the building as a franchise quarterback. Because of him, all right, we are going to have the luxury to have better athletes come in this building because now you're out of cap hell. Because Sean decided to bite the bullet, get rid of Russ, take on the cap hell money, and now look at us. We're still able to win knowing that we weren't going to have the money to pay these big-time players. Now you have the money. You have the foundation built. You have these young players ready to go. Now you just add a couple things, a little sprinkle here, a little sprinkle there, and maybe we are in the Super Bowl next year.
Yeah, it's no longer an overhaul.
No.
It's just quarter turns, just quarter turn fixes, plug a couple holes.
A little tweak here or there.
Yeah. So, okay, you know what? Like, It's I'm just fascinated by this kind of 4-year arc from the Denver Broncos. I'm fascinated by it, and I really do think it could be a documentary if it's got the right ending, and we don't have the right ending yet. So you get
the Seattle Seahawks are close to their documentary.
No doubt.
You know what I mean?
No
they win
doubt.
this one, they're going to have a 30 for 30 of how they got rid of Russ.
I mean, it's a team-building masterclass.
Man.
Is what it is. So, okay, ESPN. Good conversation, man. ESPN redrafted the 2025 draft class. What did they have the Broncos doing differently in the first 2 rounds? That's next.
The champ! Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all included, plus a $500 Visa card. So get in the ring and enter now at denversports.com/superfan. That's denversports.com/superfan.
What's going on, everybody? Have you ever noticed how every great hangout has that one thing everybody crowds around? No, I'm not talking about the TV. I'm talking about Daisy's French Onion Dip. Yeah, that bowl that magically empties in 5 minutes. Because Daisy's French Onion Dip and ranch dips aren't just delicious, they're made with real ingredients that you can find in your own kitchen. No preservatives, no artificial anything, just pure, creamy, pass me another chip goodness. And listen, chips, wings, and veggies, I don't discriminate. If it dips, it's diving into Daisy. So for your next snack attack, do what I do. Grab Daisy's French Onion Dip and watch the crowd follow.
Hey, Mom. It's me. Oh my gosh, you'll never believe what I just opened for Valentine's Day. A sapphire ring from Hellsberg. Just like the one I lost years ago. Remember how excited I was when you gave it to me? I cannot believe you remembered that story. I guess you were right. I really found the one.
This Valentine's Day, create a moment that means something with up to 40% off gifts at Hellsberg. Shop in store or at hellsberg.com.
Men, the new year is here, and if you're like many of us, you're ready to improve your health. But if you're feeling low energy, not sleeping well, or not seeing results in the gym, keeping that resolution can be tough. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if those symptoms sound familiar, we can likely help. They often point to low testosterone, and treating low T is what we do. But this year, we're also helping men go further with 4 targeted body composition plans featuring growth hormone peptides, NAD+, GLP-1s, PDA, and more, designed to boost energy, support metabolism, enhance recovery, and accelerate fat loss. With our low T treatments combined with our body composition programs, most men notice real improvements. More energy, better focus, improved sleep, stronger workouts, and often a renewed sex drive as well. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on treatment the same day, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or visit RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com.
Featured therapies are compounded and have not been evaluated nor approved by the FDA. Provider prescription required. See website for details.
When you've been hit by an 18-wheeler, there's 3 things you need to do. First, call the police and get medical care. Second, don't talk to the insurance company alone. And third, call the truck crash lawyers at Berg Simpson Law Firm. Berg Simpson has 50 years of experience holding them accountable and over $50 million recovered after truck crashes. Call Berg Simpson today and let us fight for you so you can focus on healing.
If you've been injured, call Berg Simpson for free now at 303-790-2525. BergSimpson.com. Good lawyers changing lives.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here from my friends at Xfinity. Now, when Team USA is on, you can almost see the moment when the kid starts believing, hey, I could be next. Now, while Xfinity can't guarantee that, they can guarantee something super important. That's your internet price won't change for 5 years. No contracts, no commitments. So, while your kid's ordering online or streaming highlight reels, your Xfinity internet price won't change. It will not budge. And who knows, by the time the next Winter Olympics roll around, your kid could be getting fitted for their very own Team USA uniform. And guess what? You'll be paying the same price for reliable Wi-Fi. And there's even more to enjoy with Xfinity Gold Medal Celebration. Now through February 22nd, get our best price on gig Wi-Fi for 5 years guaranteed, just $50 a month. Plus, get Peacock Premium included for 10 years. That's a $10.99 value each month. Xfinity, imagine that. Proud partner of Team USA. Restrictions applies. Requires paperless billing and auto-paid with stored bank account. Taxes, fees, extras. Actual speeds may vary.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, two-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
This February, save 25% off all primetime functional trainers, home gyms, and racks. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
2026 is shaping up to be an amazing year to buy a home in Colorado. If you've been dreaming about getting into your first place, upgrading for more space, or downsizing for a simpler lifestyle, now is a smart time to start planning. And the first step is easy. Get pre-approved. With American Financing, you can get it done in 24 hours or less, so you'll know exactly what you can afford before you start shopping. Rates have been dropping, home prices are steady, and more homes are hitting the market. You could score the right home at the right price and lock in a monthly payment that fits your budget without stretching yourself thin. And unlike renting, every payment you make goes toward your future, not your landlord's. And here's a misconception we'd love to bust. You do not need 20% down. Many buyers purchase with as little as 3% down. So if home ownership is on your 2026 goals list, let's make it happen. Call American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000, or visit them online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text ROAD to 323232 right now. Text ROAD to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's ROAD to 323232. Text ROAD to 323232 now.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan. It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, really fun impromptu conversation that we just had. Hope you guys enjoyed that, because I did.
Can you dig it?
Can you dig it? All right, Macho Man. Just introduced my 7-year-old to Macho Man this past weekend.
You love him?
Loved him. So colorful and bombastic, and he used to say the craziest stuff. Nothing means nothing.
I'm younger, so it was Rey Mysterio for me.
Oh,
619.
Oh, the 619, dude. Come on. I love it. I absolutely love it. And we have Alex on our team now, behind the scenes, cutting up stuff for social media. Alex is a huge wrestling fan. Huge. And I don't really have a wrestling buddy here on the show because you don't really watch wrestling. And I don't want to misrepresent. I don't watch it anymore. But I like watching the older stuff and documentaries and stuff, and I grew up on it. But Dante's not really a wrestling guy. Drew's not a wrestling guy. So now I have a wrestle buddy.
There we go.
A wrestling buddy. All right. Speaking of which, calling all wrestling superfans, we have your chance to go to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. It's the Superfan Send-Off presented by 303 Law 4040. You get a pair of 2-night tickets to the biggest event in pro wrestling, round-trip airfare for 2 from Denver to Las Vegas, 2 nights hotel stay, and a $500 Visa gift card. For more info and to enter, head to denversports.com/superfan. You got jealous eyes, Hulk Hogan. You got jealous eyes.
The way that they would come up with this stuff, and it seemed like they would do it on the fly. It's like, how are they doing that?
Dude, it's hysterical,
and they're not getting tired saying all that.
Dude,
my voice hurts listening to them.
God, it's hysterical, man. It's hysterical. All right, so ESPN, they redrafted the 2025 draft class. And what do they have the Broncos doing differently in the first 2 rounds? Real quick. We know what they did in the first round. In actuality, in reality, it was Jahdae Barron. We just found out that Jahdae Barron just had surgery.
Yeah. On what body part, we still don't know. He had a picture out there with him putting a thumbs up, going underneath the knife, right? So, and guys, it happens more times than you think. I said it before, 75% of the league is going under the knife to get something cleaned up, whether it's the knee, your shoulder, whatever the case may be. It's the sport is not meant for the body. All right, you have this beautiful body. It's not meant to play football.
No.
So you're going to have these cleanup jobs. Josh Allen, man, that man has been playing with a broken foot.
How about that?
Crazy.
Now, we knew he had a foot injury,
yes,
but we didn't know he had a broken foot.
No, he was running for his life, but it looked like he was healthy. Literally, there was one time against the Broncos. I mean, you know that. You were there. It looked like my man was going to score a touchdown where he broke down the middle of the field, and that man was doing it with a broken foot.
Crazy.
Come on.
Crazy. All right, so in this redraft from ESPN, Broncos are on the board at 20. Jahdae Barron's there, but so is every running back. Every running back from the draft is available at 20, and of course, that includes Ashton Jeanty. All right, and you talk about a bad fit. Jeanty with the Raiders. They don't have an offensive line. You can't expect that young man to produce like
oil and water. It just doesn't make sense, man. Go for a quarterback. Go for an offensive line.
Yeah, build your trenches.
Exactly. Build the trenches, and they exactly did the opposite. And you know what? Pete Carroll's fired because of it.
Crazy. So every running back still on the board at 20 in this ESPN redraft. The Broncos pick Jahdae Barron. Again.
So they
despite playing less than 20% of the snaps this season in this redraft, and now I'll say this, it really comes down to one guy's vote, and it was Jeff Legwold from ESPN.com. So he obviously still has a lot of faith in Barron, or at least maybe is quoting the Broncos' faith with his selection of Barron all over again. Who would you rather have right now? I'm just going to ask. Ashton Jeanty or Jahdae Barron?
See, I don't even know why you're going to ask me. You know I'm a running back through and through. Ashton Jeanty would have been phenomenal with this offensive line that the Denver Broncos have. One of the highest paid, if not the highest paid offensive line. Franchise quarterback in Bo Nix. Ashton Jeanty was still able to get to 975 yards this year with
that's
a better
crazy.
Line. Yeah, he averaging 3.7, so that's not a good average, and only 5 touchdowns. But here, Sean Payton would have made sure Ashton Jeanty would have got his touchdowns.
Oh, my gosh.
Ashton Jeanty would have been able to be more explosive because of the offensive line, would have took pressure off of Bo Nix. And guess what? We needed a running back when someone like J.K. Dobbins went down. We could have had Ashton Jeanty and still J.K. Dobbins if you really wanted to.
Right.
The 1-2 punch. We have Jaquan McMillan there. We don't need a Jahdae Barron if we had to redo the draft.
Right. And
now,
and here's the thing too,
go ahead.
I don't mean to interrupt, but if they knew that Jahdae Barron, if they knew that Jaquan McMillan was going to play as well as he did in his age 26 season, I don't think you draft Jahdae Barron.
No, you draft a running back. Trevion Henderson, Amarion Hampton. Ashton Jeanty was a high draft pick, so I don't know if you get that high in the draft, but you're asking me, I'm going for Ashton Genty over Jahdae Barron because of Jaquan McMillan, because we needed a run game. Now, I don't want to disrespect R.J. Harvey, and I think that he's going to be a great role player, but Ashton Genty with this Denver team, just on another level. That's why he was a high pick. Was he 5th overall?
I think it was 6th, I want to say.
6th overall?
Yeah.
I mean, come on now. Give me Ashton Genty. Who are you going for?
Genty.
All right. I mean, keep it simple.
The running back position is still an unsolved mystery right now. The cornerback position, we're having conversations of, like, what do you do? Because this other guy played so well and kept Barron off the field. Less than 20% of the snaps for the Broncos defense this year was played by Jahdae Barron. So, yeah, I mean, I don't have to think very hard about it. Now, that does not mean, listen closely, because someone's going to hear this the wrong way. That doesn't mean Jahdae Barron is not going to go and be a great player for the Denver Broncos. I can't wait to see what he looks like when he gets his opportunity. But for right here, right now, I mean, I don't know, dude.
We needed a run game.
Pretty straightforward for me. It sounds like for you, too.
2 straight years we've been able to get to the playoffs. 2 straight years we ended with no run game and no tight end play. Once those 2 things change, and hopefully they do, they need to this coming year, we will be in the Super Bowl because of that. We have everything else, the coaching staff, the quarterback, the offensive line, the defense. Now, they're going to have to play at a high level again, but I hope that they can, and they will. Get a running back that's consistent, that you can rely on. 2 of them things, actually. Get 2 of them. And then a tight end, if it's not Evan Ingram, that can be more involved.
Well, they redrafted the 2nd round as well. And R.J. Harvey is on the board in this redraft from ESPN. Instead of Harvey, though, the Broncos end up with Oregon tight end Terrence Ferguson, who played 39% of the snaps for the Rams out there in L.A., 11 catches, 231 yards, and 3 touchdowns. That is an absurd yards per catch, because I just told you he had 231 yards on 11 catches. That is wild.
He started hot over there, and then it kind of cooled down, and I don't know if that's just because of the rookie wall or maybe he just wasn't implemented into the scheme as much moving forward with some guys coming back off of injuries. But, yeah, I mean, I could see where we would change it up if we go running back early in the 2nd round, go get that tight end.
Yeah, oh, my goodness.
That young tight end to go with Evan Ingram. If you still want to go the Evan Ingram route, you have a young one that's brewing behind him. And then this next year, he's ready to go. Year 2 for him, feeling good about himself. So I would have loved for that to happen.
Yeah, me too. 21 yards per catch for Terrence Ferguson as a rookie. 21 yards a catch, that's one of the biggest numbers in the whole league. All right, interesting conversation. Obviously, it's not rooted in reality. They don't redraft the class 1 year later, but a fun exercise, a thought exercise to sort of game theory out. Okay, as we continue to evaluate the Broncos rookie class, we turn our attention to a 3rd-round playmaker. That's next.
Are the Denver Broncos an NFL destination once again?
They are half a football away from going to the Super Bowl. And you're going to have more money than you've ever had to spend, no dead cap, and quote QB on a rookie deal. I think the Broncos have become one of the more desirable destinations in the entire NFL to be with.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
I started my first business at 12 years old, mowing lawns for about $5 a yard. I thought I was crushing it until my buddy down the street undercut me by $2. But he didn't just cut the price, he cut corners too. That's when I learned if you do the job right, people trust you, and integrity beats profit. People care more about how you show up and whether you do what you say you're gonna do. Hi, I'm Tommy Mello, owner of Don's Garage Doors. From garage door repairs to upgrades, we show up, we crush it, and we stand behind every job. We only use the best parts, and the spring's guaranteed to last a lifetime. Because when you care about the people you serve, you work harder, and it shows. From repairs to upgrades, call Don's Garage Doors today or schedule online at donsgaragedoors.com. And yeah, we still beat the other guy.
Tom's Garage Doors. When it comes to garage doors, no one knows more.
When your check engine light comes on, do you see a repair bill or do you see peace of mind? For 20 years, CarShield's been the name America trusts to help keep you on the road. While other companies stop covering you when your car gets older, CarShield offers protection plans up to 200,000 miles. With over $1 billion in claims paid, we don't just promise protection, we deliver it. Don't let a breakdown break your budget. Get the flexible month-to-month coverage you deserve. Go to CarShield.com. That's CarShield.com today.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Looking for the best deal on TRT? Don't pay hundreds of dollars out of pocket for a franchise or settle for one of those one-size-fits-all from your doctor just because they take your insurance. At Synergetics and Low T Center, you can get powerful TRT dosed to your body and get it covered by insurance. Synergetics and Low T Center work with your insurance plans and customize each dose of TRT for maximum effectiveness and safety. It's TRT that actually works with your body. And this February, they're offering free testosterone tests and discounted peptides and GLP-1s to make getting your life back as easy as possible. Don't miss this opportunity. Go to Synergenics.com or LowTCenter.com to book an appointment online.
I'm Rob Wilhite, and for almost 50 years, my firm has stood beside families recovering from car accidents. We live here, we work here, and we fight for people here. Over the years, we've helped our clients win more than $1 billion, giving them the compensation they deserve. If you've been injured in an accident, you don't have to face it alone. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or visit WilhiteWins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or WilhiteWins.com. We're here for Coloradans when it matters most.
Hey guys, your boy Mark Schlereth here. Denver is Truck Month only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, where every new and pre-owned truck comes with a spray-in bed liner included. That's right, every new truck, every bed protected. Plus, take advantage of deeply incentivized programs on all the new and pre-owned trucks, including the new Silverado and Colorado, with offers designed for their customers to take advantage of. Work harder, play harder, drive smarter. Only at Bozarth Chevrolet and Celebration Chevrolet, your trusted partner in automotive.
One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. One iced coffee?
$1, please.
For real? No way. What a deal.
Your new morning groove. Iced coffee from McDonald's, any size for just $1 until 11 a.m. Price and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey, it's Zach Bye here. Protect your home with 5280 Exteriors and their James Hardy siding, Timber Tech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows. They also offer 60 months, no interest financing. 5280 Exteriors, the altitude of quality.
You know, it's funny. All the answers to all the questions are right here in front of us. All we have to do is ask ourselves, as human beings, what we ourselves like. This is Glenn Jamrot. I'm president of Alpine Bank, member FDIC. For instance, you like when people care about you. You like when people listen. You like when people understand. Listening, caring, and understanding are keys to happiness. They hold the answers in all our questions. What does any of this have to do with Alpine Bank? After all, aren't all banks the same? No. At Alpine, we are human beings first and bankers second. Banking is what we do, not who we are. Alpine Bank, committed to Colorado, and you.
The Rise of Rock World Tour 2026. Godsmack, Stone Temple Pilots. Bringing the party to Junkyard September 9th. With special guest, Dorothy. An explosive night of rock with Godsmack and Stone Temple Pilots. Tickets on sale Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster. Produced by Live Nation, Godsmack, and Stone Temple Pilots. Live.
IRS notices piling up already this year? Now's the best time to take control before penalties snowball. Advanced Tax Solutions has helped thousands resolve IRS problems fast. Get ahead of an IRS problem by talking to the team I trust at Advanced Tax Solutions now.
This segment on 104.3 The Fan's powered by Hellsberg. Shop and store are at hellsberg.com.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU women's basketball faces South Dakota with pregame starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with
LSU was also a late third-round pick, and we will talk about him and Q Robinson tomorrow, and then finish up the rookie class on Friday when we talk about Jeremy Crawshaw and Caleb Lohner. We talked about Jade Barron on Monday, who we just told you had some form of surgery. We're not sure what it was yet, but he posted a picture to his Instagram account. We talked about R.J. Harvey yesterday, and today we'll talk about Pat Bryant. What kind of season was it for Pat Bryant?
You know, it was a slow start to the season, but it's not his fault. All right, as a third-round draft pick, it looked like Sean wanted Pat Bryant to prove himself a little bit more. He didn't want to just hand him the keys and say, you're going to be out there catching footballs. In order to catch the footballs, you're going to have to do the dirty work, Pat Bryant. Well, Pat Bryant's used to doing the dirty work, and you know that, Z.
Totally.
Pat Bryant wants to block. It's going to help him out. It's going to get him going, and then all of a sudden you look up and he's catching footballs. That's exactly what Pat Bryant did this year. He started the season out, going in there, blocking for the running backs, maybe occasionally getting a ball thrown to him, maybe running a couple routes, but that's about it. As the time went on, he grew into his what he was going to be this year, his role. And it was third down work. It was still doing the dirty work by blocking, but he got better every single game, Z, and that's exactly what I think of Pat Bryant. Started slow, but finished strong. Other than those two concussions that are very scary and you can't do anything about them, the man, as a third-round draft pick, had a really good year.
Yeah, I agree. He did have a good year. And I remember telling you or saying in the fall that his role will increase through the season, and as it does, it's going to be revealing of who this young man is as a talent. But I liked how you pointed out the blue-collar nature of him blocking downfield. He earned his stripes within that locker room. And I remember some of JK's best runs early in the season were sprung by Pat Bryant downfield, just doing yeoman's work. And he's tough. He's got a toughness about him. Not afraid to go across the middle. Extremely valuable on gotta-have-it downs. 22 of his 31 receptions this year went for first downs. That's
some great stuff right there.
Saying something. I mean, he had more first down catches as a rookie who started slow than Evan Ingram on a $23 million deal. More first down receptions than R.J. Harvey. More first down receptions than Marvin Mims. And I think that if I went around Mile High before a game and said, hey, Cortland Sutton leads the Broncos with yards per catch, who's second? I don't know if a lot of people would say Pat Bryant.
No, I would say Troy Franklin.
I think I would too.
He's out there. He's had some explosive catches. He's been targeted a lot. At one point, he was being targeted more than Cortland Sutton, but here we are today, and you're saying Pat Bryant.
Yeah, Pat Bryant, a 12.2 yards per catch. That's not nothing. Now, there is actually someone ahead of Pat Bryant, but he didn't play enough to actually qualify.
Bandy!
Now, he only played 4 games. And
all those bands in there.
And had 4 catches, but that doesn't count. Not enough sample. But yeah, Pat Bryant, over 12 yards a catch as a rookie. 22 of 31 receptions going for first downs. Now, on the season, you look at his totals, 31 catches, 378 yards, 1 touchdown. It wasn't like he, walked in and had like a Justin Jefferson start or, Odell Beckham. You remember how good Odell Beckham's first 3 or 4 years?
Come on.
It really was the greatest start at the wide receiver position until Justin Jefferson, who does have the best start to a career at the receiver position of all time. So it wasn't that, but no one even saw Pat Bryant in the 3rd round to begin with. This was being called an overdraft the moment that it happened. We spent no time talking about Pat Bryant in the pre-draft process. But I remember after taking a dive into everything I could find with him at Illinois, just saying, man, this young man's his floor. I don't know if he'll ever be Michael Thomas.
Kept on talking about the floor.
Yeah, and I said, I don't know if he'll ever be an All-Pro. I don't know if he's going to be Michael Thomas the way that Sean made the comp. But the dude is sure-handed. He is reliable, and almost all of his awesome stuff that he did at Illinois was on 3rd down, on 4th down, in 4th quarters. I mean, he's got a reliability rating that is significant.
And for people in the building over there, that facility, they speak highly of Pat Bryant, that he's coachable, that he listens to everybody. He listens to his teammates. He listens to the coaches. He's willing to implement things in his routine or try things during practice. He's always working hard. All right, finishing, not just catching the ball and stopping, but he's finishing through even at practice. All right, those are the little things that help you out. And the little things become big things in games. So for Pat Bryant, I can't wait to see what it looks like with an increased role. With him to be out there with more confidence, where you have a game plan for him. Because if we remember right, and let me think, sometimes I get the CTE, so I got to remember myself, Pat Bryant was going to be a big part of the Buffalo Bills game.
Sure.
It was 3 for 3, correct?
3 catches on the first series of the game.
Yeah, it's like, okay, who thought Pat Bryant was going to be the guy that Bo Nix was going to target so early? And, unfortunately, he ended up with the concussion. He's not able to play. Marvin Mims goes crazy. We go to the next round. But for Pat Bryant, what this man can do next is it can be very special for himself as long as he continues to grow. And he will, because he has that mentality, that dog mentality that everybody likes to use. He's willing to do the dirty work. He's willing to block downfield, get down and dirty, but also he's reliable on 3rd downs. All right, you were able to see him stretch the football field a little bit in the Kansas City Chiefs games, the first game, where he's able to stretch that field and catch that bomb from Bo Nix. So he has a little bit more speed than people give him credit for. So Pat Bryant's a guy that we should all have our eyes on moving forward, and he's going to be a lot more involved in the game plans.
Well, on the RamosLaw.com text line, someone says, Zach, do you think you were right with your Devon Vele take when they traded him? Injured wide receiver in the playoffs was pretty impactful. I can't give blame to Pat Bryant for getting a concussion.
No.
So I'm not going to do that. But I appreciate your question. And I would say this about Vele. If I were in front of 100 Bronco fans and I said, hey, raise your hand if you're excited about Pat Bryant based on what you saw as a rookie, I think most people would raise their hand. Now consider that Devon Vele, in 4 less games, 3 less games.
Yeah, because he was hurt.
Yep.
Right? Banged up 3 games.
Yep. Vele played 13 games last year. Pat Bryant just went for 378. Vele went for 475. Pat Bryant had 31 catches. Vele had 41 in 13 games. 26 first downs a year ago compared to 22. Every single measurement, Vele had the better rookie year as a 7th rounder at, by the way, 6'5", 210. So,
but he's old.
That's
what somebody's saying. He's old.
It's nuts. The way that fans and media moved the goalpost on Devon Vele, because when the Broncos make a move, it's always the right move and they can do no wrong. It was nuts. So, if you're excited about Pat Bryant's rookie year the way that I am, what would you say about Vele, who outperformed him by every statistical measurement in less games at 6'5", 210? And you cannot turn around and cite what he did or didn't do in New Orleans. It's the worst pass-catching scenario in the entire league. So, yeah, I still believe it was a mistake.
No, I mean, it's because Sean wants his shiny new toy to be out there on the football field. Devon Bailey was a 7th-round draft pick for a reason. Sean didn't believe that he could be a 3rd-rounder. Sean believed that Pat Bryant could be a 3rd-rounder, and that's why he had those comps to Michael Thomas. So he needed room. So what does he do? He gets rid of Bailey because that's not his guy.
Not his
My
guy.
guessing is that's George Payton's pick.
Correct.
And it's like, this is my guy, Pat Bryant, that I drafted in the 3rd round, and I want to be right. But Bailey's still a damn good receiver. He's just on a bad football team.
Really bad. The worst pass catching situation among them, the bottom 5 in the NFL. So all right, that's kind of where we're at. And by the way, was Bailey sure-handed?
Yes, he was.
He was. Did the Broncos have the most drops in the entire NFL this year?
They did, man.
Okay. So
they did.
Okay, but I'm the idiot. It's impossible. Okay. All right. His ceiling is established. All right. You got me yelling now. All right. He just can't be that guy. He can't be that guy. All right. I'll let it go. I'll let it go for now, for today.
That was with Peyton Watson, though, right?
What? No, that was
argument. Oh, that was
Bailey.
But you could say it for Peyton Watson too.
Yeah, maybe
all
so.
the arguments we've had.
Yeah.
Well, against other people.
Well, yeah. All right. So we'll leave that where it lies. The Nuggets lost a 2nd straight game, and both L's have something in common. I want to talk about that. Also, the Broncos had a systematic problem this season that explains why someone lost their job. And why did the Broncos have the same problem for a 3rd straight year when it came to one guy on the offense? We'll get to all of that as we are on the doorstep of 40 consecutive minutes of commercial-free sports talk next.
Will playing without Nikola Jokic end up being a blessing in disguise for the Nuggets?
During the course of the time that he was out, a lot of guys had to step up. Guys got expanded chances to play. Their roles changed, and a lot of guys really made the most of it, led by Peyton Watson.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth. I just made one of the best decisions of my life. I got rid of my glasses. I went to Cutarelli Vision and had refractive lens exchange, RLE. I wore glasses for distance vision, but I got to that inevitable point in life where I was always needing those reading glasses just to do about anything, and half the time I couldn't find them. Seeing menus, texting, reading my computer, or studying film, it was a struggle. But now I see the world perfectly, near and far, without any glasses, thanks to Cutarelli Vision RLE, the perfect permanent solution to spending your good active years not needing reading glasses. And here's the cherry on top. You'll never develop a cataract. Dr. Cutarelli is Colorado's most experienced with over 90,000 vision correction procedures. You can trust him to know if it's the right time for you and RLE. Schedule your free Zoom consultation at coloradorle.com. Cutarelli Vision, RLE, no readers, glasses, or contacts, or cataracts. coloradorle.com.
HelloFresh makes home cooking nutritious, delicious, and exciting. You excited when you get those freezer-burnt, pre-packaged meals in the mail? I know I'm not. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus because nothing hits like home cooking.
Men, it's the new year, and for many of us, it's a time of deciding to make positive changes in our lives. This is Jeff for the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, and if you're suffering with erectile dysfunction and are tired of the frustration and embarrassment ED causes, you should call the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic today, because there probably isn't a better resolution you can make than to be done with ED. You see, ED doesn't just affect you, it can also affect your partner, even if they don't talk about it. But here's some great news. If you're like most guys, the treatments at the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic will give you back your sex life, because our protocols have success rates that work in well over 90% of cases. Seriously, you might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So, make an appointment and get ED out of your life. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 720-440-7900 or go to RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. That's RockyMountainMen'sClinic.com. We have 5 offices across the Front Range to serve you.
For many of us, it's happened before. Your hair is thinning, crowns disappearing. Maybe the hair loss has you feeling your identity is lost altogether. The solution that worked for me, it's an incredible yet simple one-day treatment that starts growing your own natural hair the very next day. And it's guaranteed to grow for life. It's the Advanced FUE from Advanced Hair. We've all seen the pills and lotions that come with monthly subscriptions. They help retain what you have, but what if you want your own natural hair permanently in specific areas? From Advanced Hair's state-of-the-art facilities to world-class Dr. Tanya Paul's, it's not maybe your hair will regrow, it's guaranteed that your new hair will grow. You decide how much, how thick, and where. It's why Advanced Hair is the winner of Westward's Best of Denver. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR. That's 720-459-HAIR or advancedhair.com.
Women go through many changes in their lives. And we believe each milestone matters. That every new candle represents another step in your story. Our healthcare experts support women at every stage of life. Because each chapter deserves to be celebrated. Women's health. Nurture what's next. Find care near you at mountain.commonspirit.org. Common Spirit Health. Human kindness lives here.
I am down 60 pounds because of SodaWeightLoss.com. The weight came off a few years ago, and it came off naturally. And I got to tell you, having my own nutritionist, someone who was always available via text, made all the difference. It's real support from a real person. That's what keeps you consistent with SodaWeightLoss.com. Soda is the #1 weight loss company in America for client satisfaction and results. Clients look and feel 10 years younger, just like I do. I move easier, I sleep better. I got my confidence back, baby, and all thanks to SodaWeightLoss.com. And here's the best part. Join now and your partner joins for free. You start together, you support each other, and you both get younger, feeling healthier versions of yourselves. Call them up, 1-866-800-SODA. That's 1-866-800-SODA. Join Soda for a short time to have results that last a lifetime. Go to SodaWeightLoss.com. That's SOTA weightloss.com. Soda Weight Loss is, say it with me, it's got to be state-of-the-art.
Hi, Dan Cicchini with Dunright. Great pricing options and bank financing? You bet. Kitchens, baths, counters, and floors. Finished basements, windows, and doors. Done right since 1985. You have our word, we'll treat you right at Done Right. Visit drhi.com. Thanks.
Shop the President's Day Super Sale at Furniture Row. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out special purchases while they last. Get 60 months no interest financing. FurnitureRow.com.
Stay up to date on the Broncos and the latest news from around the league with our NFL insider James Palmer, exclusively on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Mondays on The Rundown with Richie Carney, Tuesday afternoons on The Drive, and Friday mornings on Stokely and Evans with Mark Schlereth, all season long. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan, DenverSports.com, and the Denver Sports app. You're listening to The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, the Nuggets lost a second straight game, and both losses have a thread that weaves between them.
That's interesting.
And
That's an interesting way of putting it all.
Yeah, they have just like this commonality that we need to just address here. Random thought. Let me just get this out of my head. Random thought.
Get it off your chest. What's going on?
Ran out of shaving cream at the house. Okay? So I go to look for my wife's shaving cream because I'll do it with hers too, right? She's out. And this is like a week ago. This is like a week and a half ago. Okay? Like, damn, I want to shave.
Yeah, I was like, damn, you're about to bring back the mustache, huh?
So what would you guys shave with if you didn't have shaving cream at your house? Or would you just not shave?
No, soap. I would just like put a bunch of soap there, get it all bubbly.
I've done that as well.
And then just shave.
I've done that as well. I unlocked something. Dude, you know what I did? I took a big dollop of conditioner and rubbed it on my face. Now, it feels weird. You got to wash your face pretty good afterward. But I put conditioner, my wife's conditioner, all on my face, and I shaved, no joke, closest shave of my life. And I've done it like 4 times in a row in the last week and a half.
What made you think of conditioner?
Just, it's like a soft, kind of like almost like oily, like lubricant that, and instead of doing the soap. And dude, like literally, and I'm not mistaken here, it is a significantly closer shave than using shaving cream, and I'm not sure why. Just had to get that out there. All right, so the Nuggets lose a second straight last night to Detroit. All right.
Another one.
Yeah, and they've lost 3 of 5, but 2 of the 3 have been to those Pistons. Now, in all fairness, okay, Oklahoma City, who just beat them 2 games ago, is number 1 in the West, and the Pistons are number 1 in the East. These are really good teams. And it was a really close matchup on paper last night, but the final score, which ended up being 124 to 121, it says a 3-point loss. If you watched it, the final score is tighter than it would actually indicate, like the temperature of the game was.
Yeah, no, for sure. And one thing I took out of that game after watching the Thunder game and then the Detroit for the second straight time, the Nuggets are just they're not good with hanging with teams that are just athletic and young and can fly around and the fast break and the transition. Now, I understand when it comes to the Denver Nuggets, they're banged up. And you have Jokic coming back, and it's going to take some time to get him back in action. Christian Brown back for the first time in a long time. You're still missing Cam Johnson. We don't know when AG is coming back, so this team is still depleted. But going up against the Thunder, going up against the Pistons, and how elite they are when it comes to just athletic ability, it hinders the Denver Nuggets.
Yep.
And one of it is they can't stay and hang with them, and they don't play good enough defense to where you can stop a high-flying team like the Pistons right now.
Well, I think that's a fair observation. And, really, we started talking about this. Well, actually, hey, this harkens back to the preseason.
Yes.
When I said I'm very bullish on this team can go win a championship. And I feel like this could be a similar vibe as 2023. And you said, well, if you were going to think of something that would prevent them from doing what you think you're going to do, I said 2 things. One, the Adelman inexperience.
Yep.
And I just wasn't quite sure. He had coached a handful of games, and most of them were in the playoffs, and I just don't know what I'm getting there yet over the longevity of a season. But also I said the lack of athleticism. This group is an older group now. It was just a handful of years ago. They were a young, up-and-coming team. That's not who they are anymore. And you look at someone like Oklahoma City, where I think Alex Caruso is their oldest player, and he's like 32, and or maybe even 31. Anyway, that's why the emergence of Payton Watson has been so significant, because he represents a level of athleticism that is otherwise pretty much lacking with the roster right now, especially with an aging Aaron Gordon. CB represents some of it.
Well, I was going to ask that. Now you have CB back in the mix. Like, that should help you with just the athletic ability and the transition baskets, fast break. Like, that's why you have these young bucks, right? That's why you have Peyton Watson and Christian Brown on the court at the same time. Now, let's see what it looks like when they really get into rhythm. But right now, the Denver Nuggets are struggling with that, with athletic teams, younger teams. And then also, the Denver Nuggets are just struggling to close out on shots and just play defense to me, man. And it's one of the things I believe in for football, basketball, and even hockey. Like, when it comes to defense, of course, there's scheme to it. But a lot of it is effort. Just wanting to win that battle, especially when you're going man, and win that battle. And the Denver Nuggets are not doing that.
No. Well, one of the things that stuck out to me, you're talking about the athleticism.
Yeah.
To me, it is 2 straight games that I have watched the Denver Nuggets play really physical teams, okay? Oklahoma City is, along with probably Houston, off just the top of my head, is probably the most physical teams in the West. The Pistons are the most physical team in the East, and I'm just seeing a team that does not thrive in that environment. And that style of basketball represents what you're going to have to go through in the playoffs. So I'm not, look, it's back-to-back losses, whatever. It's NBA in February. I'm not pulling the fire alarm by any means, but it's a dynamic to simply keep an eye on. And another dynamic I want to just keep an eye on here, again, not freaking out, is Christian Brown, who returned last night and doesn't look the part, okay? And I know he's missed some time. He tried to come back after the ankle. He didn't look the part. He missed more time, came back last night. Call it Russ, call it what you will. But I will say, in the 15 games we have seen Christian Brown this year, so most of those being before the injury, he just hasn't looked the part. And the ink is still drying on a $100 million contract.
But what is it? Like, when you're saying that, like, what are you looking at that's like, you know what, this is off on him?
He doesn't look like a confident player. He doesn't look like, he doesn't look confident in transition. And this was the top transition player in the entire league.
One of the best to do it.
Along with Giannis a year ago. And he averaged over 15 points a game a year ago and got him that contract. And now he's averaging single digits. Again, he just came back. We're going to show grace. But also, if you're going to be out there, we're going to judge you, right? This is professional basketball.
Sure.
You did get that big boy contract, and it's just something to watch. It's something to watch. And
I hope Jokic sits him down and says, hey, look, because this is what can happen to players. You start to look to the left and right, even if they're your teammates, and your teammates are starting to have a bunch of success. There's a guy that's in your class named Payton Watson that's having a hell of a year. You have people like us talking about, man, did the Denver Nuggets make that mistake? So Christian Brown's listening to all of that. What Christian Brown needs to do is block out all the noise, understand that's his teammate. He wants to get paid just like you just got paid, but you need to do your part. Get with Jokic, find out how you can get more involved, be confident when it is shooting. You know Jokic is going to want him to shoot. I would not be surprised by it tonight if Christian Brown starts to kind of be more like aggressive with taking his shots, getting to the rim. I believe Jokic is going to try to get him more involved because Jokic needs Christian Brown. Jokic needs Payton Watson, two of the younger guys that are athletic that we're going to need in the playoffs. So for CB, stop worrying about everybody else and just worry about yourself. Get that confidence back, and then you go from there.
You know what I would tell him?
Give me that contract?
No.
Give me that damn thing.
If I were like his dad,
yeah.
I would tell him, dude, worry about one thing at a time, and the first thing that you need to worry about is being a plus defender. Go be a great defender. Just like, a run game can travel.
Yes.
Like good defense, that can be night to night. You're not dependent on shots going down. Because, brother, you know what he's shooting from three? He shot 40% last year. You know what he's shooting from three right now? 20%. Okay? Now, again, 15-game sample size, not appropriate to make sweeping judgments. But he doesn't look like a confident player, and I think that the number one thing that you can do is narrow your game. Start worrying about being the best defensive player on the wing, on the floor, and go from there and just let things unfold from there. And then maybe transition opportunities open up. And then you're feeling a little bit more confident because you're putting the ball in the hoop in transition. Rhythm. So, yeah, I mean, he was look, let's just keep our eye on it, okay? So
that's it.
That's all.
I'm saying is keep one eye on Christian Brown. Christian Brown's dad has spoken, Zach Brown. All right, so we'll go from there.
All right.
ZB.
They have the Knicks here shortly, and we'll see how it goes tonight. Nuggets are a 5.5-point underdog. The line just moved from 4.5 to 5.5 here in the last call it 30 minutes. So that tells me maybe some professional money coming in on New York. Second night of a back-to-back. So we'll see how it goes here in the Mecca. All right, this is KKFN and KKFN HD1 Longmont, Denver. We are coming with it, and we are coming for it. It's Zach By and Phillip Lindsay, and we are The Drive. Woo! Rolling downhill here on a Wednesday. Final hour. Officially closer to Friday than Monday.
Here we go.
And we need to talk. We need to talk here about the Broncos and a systemic problem this season that ultimately explains why someone lost his job. And also, why did the Broncos have the same problem for a third straight year when it came to one guy? We'll get to that in just a few minutes. But I found this pretty impactful here. 230 NFL players this past season were targeted at least 25 times. All right, 230 NFL players were targeted at least 25 times this season. 40 of the 230 had a drop rate of more than 1 every 10 catchable passes. Believe it or not, the Broncos had 5 of the 40 that had a drop rate of more than a 1 out of every 10 catchable passes.
Damn.
And this is important because it cost the Denver Broncos more than once. And we can recollect a why here. But Sutton, the Broncos number 1. Now, I've been a fan of Sutton for years. I continue to be a fan. 1,000-yard receiver.
Reliable.
Typically. He was the number one receiver in the NFL this year on 3rd and 4th down. Number one for the second straight season.
Yeah, second straight. Like, third downs come around, you get Cortland Sutton involved.
Yep.
That man's ready to catch those balls. That man's ready to move those chains for you.
Unfortunately, this year, Sutton had a drop rate of 1 out of every 9 catchable passes that came his way. 1 drop out of every 9 catchable passes. Whew. His drop rate of 1 out of every 9 catchable passes was 8th worst among the 69 players that had at least 75 targets. So the guys who get a bunch of targets, all right, there was 69 of them with 75 or more. He was 8th worst. Not good.
Needs to be better.
But it gets worse from there, Phil. Lil Jordan Humphrey, if you can include his time with the New York Giants, also had 1 drop out of every 9 catchable passes. But it gets worse. R.J. Harvey dropped the ball once out of every 8 catchable passes. Evan Ingram had 1 drop for every 7.5 catchable passes. Tyler Bidet, it gets worse. 1 drop out of every 6 catchable passes.
And that one's insane because he's in on only 3rd downs. He's getting 3rd down works. Tyler Bidet we're talking about. And my man is dropping swing routes. We're not talking about exotic routes like a choice route or even an up and under or up and go out of the backfield. We're talking about a damn swing route. And more times than not, Tyler Bidet's dropping that ball. And what's important about that is Tyler Bidet goes in on 3rd downs. 3rd downs is money downs for usually a 3rd down running back and a quarterback. That's how you keep the chains alive. And if you're dropping the ball and you're not picking up the 1st down, you may end up with that 3 and out. You're not moving the chains, and now you're putting your defense in bad situations. So that must change.
Yeah, it's wild, to sort of itemize all these drops. And the punchline to this conversation, and it's not fun. It's not a funny punchline. No team had more drops this season than the Denver Broncos. 39 dropped passes this season. That means every game, 2 to 3 times per game, a pass was dropped. And that's just, that sort of rate is unacceptable.
How the hell did we get to 14-3?
That's a great question. And with the penalty problem.
How did we do it? We we're on the team. How did they do it, Zach?
That is nuts. That is nuts. So the number 1 seed in the NFC, the number 1 seed in the AFC had the most drop passes in the entire league and was among the 3 most penalized teams in pro football.
And yet 1 game away from the Super Bowl.
That is nutty.
And if these players, let's keep it with the catching the football. If these players would catch the football, they would move the chains, maybe end up with a touchdown, because I remember one of the plays being from Cortland Sutton against the Kansas City Chiefs. The second time in Kansas City, Cortland drops a touchdown pass. All right, he needs to come down with it. Cortland Sutton in the NFC Championship.
AFC.
AFC. All right, 3rd down, Jarrett Stidham being the quarterback, throws it a little early, but you know what? You have to get the ball out of your hands. There's pressure coming. All right, the pass is catchable. And yet, Cortland Sutton drops it, and now you don't convert on that 3rd down. You don't set yourself up for points because Will Lutz would have knocked that one in because it's closer for an easier field goal. So things have to change. They have to grow, especially for Court. He knows better. He's getting older. They're going to use that against you if you're dropping balls. Now, it's not all on just these receivers, as much as I want to blame them. You have someone like Bo Nix that needs to understand the tempo of a ball, understand that it's a 10-yard route or a 5-yard route in a go ball. He has to understand how to change the pace of that ball up. Tyrod Taylor was a good one where, yes, he's a backup quarterback, but he's been around the league for a very long time. And he knows how to get the ball to you, but he gets it to you in a way where you're confident in catching it. Drew Lock, on the other hand, when he was young, I don't know how he is now. He's in the Super Bowl, so he's feeling himself. And I'm glad he's able to have that moment. But for Drew Lock, when he first got to the league, he felt like he had to bullet that ball in all the time. It was to the point where you're thinking about, damn, do I catch this ball and break my fingers? Or do I just let this go and live for another down? And that's just a young quarterback that has to understand the pace of the ball matters and make it easy. Make it easy on your receivers. Matthew Stafford actually talked about it where it's like, hey, look, I could throw the ball 60 yards if I want to. But now at my age, it's all about making sure that they catch the football. That's all that matters. So for Bo, he has to get better with that as well.
When you start to like really stack up the things that the Broncos overcame this year, it's crazy. And I'm just sort of like thinking out loud here as we're having this conversation. Most drop passes in the NFL with 39. Okay. Top 3 most penalized team.
They love those penalties.
A non-existent run game. Non-existent tight end play. I mean,
14-3.
Hey. A team that needed the 17th game of the year to not have the lowest amount of turnovers in the franchise's history.
Yeah.
You put that all together, most penalized, most drop passes, no run game, no tight end, no slot receiver.
And they started the season off slow as well. I want to say they were 1-2, correct?
Correct. No turnover production. I mean, it is when you take a step back and just put all that on the table, it is incredible that this group found a way to be the number 1 team in the AFC.
The script. Z, it's the script.
That is bonkers,
it was meant
Phil.
to be.
Phil, that is bonkers. The script writers wouldn't accept it. Like, dude, we got to make it more believable for the people.
I mean, more believable.
I mean, that's insane, right? That's insane.
Yeah, I don't know how they did it. It was a fun year.
It was
one game away from the Super Bowl. I mean, come on.
But this is why that some of the tone of these conversations about the believability of the team, because our normal football instincts would tell us that this isn't sustainable, that it's going to catch up with you at a certain point. And I think in some ways it did in the AFC Championship game, and obviously a big injury, but the no run game.
Yeah,
I mean,
no run game, no tight end play, like that definitely catches up to you.
Yeah.
You have 2 teams in the Super Bowl. Both of them have a run game they can lean on if they need to. They have a quarterback, obviously that's so important, but also they have a tight end. Now, are they the greatest tight ends? No, but they're serviceable. They're going to be able to get the action out there. They're going to catch some balls, maybe even a touchdown. So, yeah, you have to have that to be a good football team that gets to the Super Bowl.
So if you're just joining us, I brought this up because it was systemic all season long. 230 NFL players were targeted at least 25 times. 40 of the 230 had a drop rate of more than 1 of every 10 catchable passes, and 5 of the 40 play in Denver. Sutton, a drop out of every 9 catchable passes. All right. Lil Jordan Humphrey, a drop out of every 9 catchable passes. RJ Harvey, a drop out of every 8 catchable passes. Evan Ingram, a drop out of every 7.5 catchable passes. Bidet, worst on the team, a drop out of every 6 catchable passes. No team had more drops than the Broncos. And Ingram, how about Ingram's drop rate was the second highest in the NFL among tight ends with at least 25 targets, second to only rookie Mason Taylor of the New York Jets.
Evan Ingram went through it this year.
It's unacceptable.
It really is. I'm not going to have any pushback. It is. You're a professional football player. All your life, you've caught footballs as a receiver, as a tight end, as even a running back. And now you're in the biggest moments of your life, having the opportunity to play at the professional level, and it can win you and lose you games. It can lose your job as well. This is why we talk about ball security as job security. And Mike McIntyre, my head coach when I was with the Colorado Buffaloes, he used to say it all the time. All right, the hopes and dreams are in that football. You start to cough the ball up, throw interceptions, all right, not get the takeaways, all of us will not have a job. And that's simple as that. And so now with the Denver Broncos, all right, because of the drop passes, there's a couple of coaches, one in particular, that does not have a job.
Yeah. When you start combing through this conversation of drop passes and how just widespread it was, it's not that hard of a story to follow why Kerry Colbert lost his job. And is it exactly fair? I don't know. I don't know what technique he was emphasizing. I have a guess, though. But this is the NFL, and you can recall from your own NFL journey a coach feeling a bit of pressure because someone else.
Yes, I'm telling you right now, my head coach, Curtis Mawkins, running back coach, I want to say he still might be with, not the Detroit, but maybe with the Minnesota Vikings right now.
Okay.
Melly Mel, as we know, he had a fumbling issue. One day, we're sitting there getting ready to start meetings. Mod comes in, he's upset. Starts getting in our ass. And he starts to talk to Melvin, but he talks to all of us, right? It's not just on Melvin, it's on all of us, right? Everybody, we're a team.
Can't just isolate Melvin because he's the one fumbling.
No, he's the one making
his
the
feelings
big
are going to
bucks.
get hurt.
He put me in there too. I said, damn, coach, I haven't fumbled. And so he pretty much said, Melvin, you're getting me in trouble now. I have to answer to the head man and explain why you're putting the ball on the ground, or any of us are putting the ball on the ground. So you see what it's doing to me? It's messing my head up. I'm not playing. I'm coaching you guys. I'm telling you guys high and tight. I'm telling you guys to handle the ball and take care of it. And yet we get on that football field. If someone coughs it up, you're not the only one that's going to be without a job. I'm going to be losing my job as well. So we all have to be on the same page. We're a team here. All right, we win as a team, we lose as a team, but we also get fired as a team. And players come and go, coaches come and go as well. And so that's exactly what Mod was saying, and he was upset with it, and things had to change. Well, that's the exact same thing, my guessing, is what happened to that coach, that receivers coach with the Denver Broncos and Cortland Sutton and some of these receivers dropping the football, is if your unit starts to mess up and drop the ball, you're the coach that's supposed to hold everybody accountable and coach them up. It seems like you're not doing that. Your ass is out of there. Simple as that. It sucks, but that's how it goes.
Well, Sean Payton was asked in the season-ending press conference if he wants to add to that room.
Look, we've drafted to it, and I like who we've drafted to it. Yeah, there were too many, even down the stretch, and so, we'll look at the thing with the draft. Man, we've invested. And I like the players in that room. We've got speed, we've got size, we've got, all the things I'm used to, you'd want to have in a good offense. But I think that there's a proper way to catch a football, and most of the times it's with your thumbs together, not the other way around. And the other way around, I'm serious, only exists when the ball's below your belly button. Even the deep balls should be caught, with your thumbs together. So we got to be better at that.
It sounds like the way that he sort of deviated, well, not deviated from the question, but really just wanted to emphasize
Went into detail with it.
Yeah, like your thumbs need to be together. When he did that, and I'm speculating, but it's, like an educated guess, like a hypothesis, that whatever Kerry Colbert was doing or emphasizing or not emphasizing in that wide receiver room or not holding accountable, like that drove Sean nuts.
My guessing is it was, hey, look, too many body catches. All right, if you want your thumbs together, that means your thumbs are out in front of you. I'm doing it right now. I'm signaling. Thumbs are out in front of you. You're touching your thumbs. All right, it's not supposed to hit your body. It's supposed to hit those fingertips and then you clamp.
Yeah, you're plucking the ball out of the air.
Exactly. But when you're body catching, you can't do that, right? So, like, you catch the body, and some receivers are bigger receivers will body catch. Well, obviously, Sean doesn't like that. He wants the thumbs together. He wants the receivers to catch the football before it hits the body. And if the receiver coach is not teaching that or not implementing it in it all the time, well, then you're out of there, because now he wants a receiver coach that's going to do that all the time for him and make sure that they understand that it's important to catch with their hands and not with their body.
Here was George in that same press conference on if he regrets not making a move to add to that wide receiver group.
No, I don't regret that. I mean, at the time we had we like our receiving group. I don't think our receiving group, held us back from this game. I don't look at it like that. We got some young receivers in Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin and Mimsy and Sut. I don't think that's the reason we didn't make the Super Bowl. I think those guys, in their own right, had good years. We had some injuries in the end that hurt us. Going back to Buffalo, we had 3 receivers. For the rest, I think from the second quarter on, that's tough. And then in this game, we had 4. We always look at everything. I don't think, what was available, would have made much of a difference, for us.
So I actually agree. I was not banging the table for a wide receiver addition at the trade deadline. I was saying they needed to trade for Breece Hall and give him a third-round pick because you could be without J.K. Dobbins if his career arc follows what it's always been.
Oh, get another running back.
And I still stand by that. If a radio host saw that, the Denver Broncos should have. But
Hashtag hire ZB to be the running back coach. Huh?
I just
bring in Breece Hall.
Those guys know way more about football than I'll ever know, but I just know what I know, and I said what I said. And
you need another running back.
It aged well for that take, but you have coach and general manager saying how much they like the room, but the room had the most drops in the NFL. So that's just a theme to keep an eye on here moving forward. But you know whose name we didn't mention with the drop rate? Is Marvin Mims. And I'll just go over it again. Sutton, a 1 drop out of every 9 catchable passes. Lil Jordan Humphrey, a drop out of every 9 catchable passes. RJ Harvey, 1 drop out of every 8 catchable passes. Evan Ingram, 1 drop out of every 7.5 catchable passes. Tyler Bidet, 1 drop out of every 6 catchable passes. It's awful. But how about the best drop rate in that room among those with at least 25 targets? It was Marvin Mims. He had 1 drop in 50 catchable passes. He is incredibly reliable. And you have to help me with this because I don't get it. And I need help. Why, for a 3rd straight season, has this been a storyline with Marvin Mims getting involved with the Broncos offense? The last 7 games of the year last year was on a 1,000-yard pace. And this year he went for 332 yards. You have to help me.
Z, I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm processing it right now. Somebody needs to ask Sean that. What's going on between you and Marvin Mims? Because for 3 straight years, you guys are not on the same page. Just like Evan Ingram this year, Marvin Mims is the exact same way. Last year, Marvin Mims, almost got to 1,000 yards in the last 7 games. It looked like if he was on that pace, right? That's insane to think. That means that Marvin Mims was explosive. He was getting the big gains that we were looking for, stretching the football fields, catching touchdown passes, which he was doing. And then all of a sudden, this year you go cold turkey. You don't even use him at the beginning of the year. Now, he had a couple moments here or there, a couple touchdown catches. Obviously, he's an all-pro punt and kick returner, and that helped out against the Raiders. We had that punt return taken back to the house for the first time in his career as a punt returner in the NFL. But overall, Sean Payton has to figure out what he can do with Marvin Mims other than just some damn screens. The screens don't work with the Denver Broncos. And that's why, Z, that's why I think Sean Payton is going to take that step back and let someone like Davis Webb start to call plays. Because Davis Webb may say, you know what, Sean, I know how to handle this. You like the big receivers. You like the 6'3", 230-pound receivers that can run the 4.3s. Well, not everybody's going to be like that. But I have a way that we can implement Marvin Mims, get him going, utilize him to his strengths, all right, and have explosive plays with him because he's an impact player. Let's be real. He has had that a couple times. And in the playoff game this year against the Buffalo Bills, 8 receptions, 93 yards, 1 touchdown. I mean, come on now.
On 8 targets.
On 8 targets, 8 for 8.
To go to the core of this conversation of, like, guys dropping passes. 8 targets, 8 receptions. In the playoffs, 14 targets, 12 receptions, doubled up the next wide receiver's production. Doubled up.
And you mean there's no room for him? Marvin Mims? You mean that we can't get him going? It's ridiculous. It's insane. And now for Mr. Marvin Mims, the year that they're going to get him going because Davis Webb is going to be calling plays, he's going to go crazy. And you know what? They're going to either have to pay him or let him walk because this is going to be his contract year. He's already an all-pro punt and kick returner, so he's going to have some value there. Once he's able to really just stretch that football field and really get going, he's going to make some money for himself as a receiver. So I don't know why Sean Payton will not get Marvin Mims going more often. But he's doing the offense a disservice, especially a stagnant offense that needs more explosive plays. Come on now.
Well, it's got to be a point of emphasis. I mean, I say it's got to be a point of this has been 3 years. This has been 3 years.
Obey your eyes, Sean.
Right? I mean, and it's legitimately been a topic of conversation that Sean has had extensively, over the 3 years. And so this is the And here's the kicker. It's not like one of these things where this was not a priority pick. This guy was the 63rd pick in the draft out of a blue blood school in the second round. It doesn't, the only, well, let me check myself. Because I have said in the past and still believe this, that Marvin Mims is not a down-to-down route runner, but he is so talented and has proved to be so trustworthy and productive when you do feature him that it's incumbent upon this offensive mastermind, Sean Payton, to incorporate him more on game days.
I don't care for him to be down to down. That's with Cortland Sutton, Pat Bryant. He's working his way into that role, right? Troy Franklin's another one. But you mean to tell me you can't get Marvin Mims going? A guy that has speed, something that the Denver Broncos as an offense still lacks? Troy Franklin and Marvin Mims are your fast receivers, and you don't get Marvin Mims going, but when you do, it looks like it did against the Buffalo Bills? Come on now.
Yep, it's they have to find a way to unlock him on a more routine basis. Yes. So all right, we'll see how this whole conversation ages. We're just getting into the offseason here, and it's definitely relevant. Definitely relevant. All right, there is maybe the wrong kind of news coming out of Madison Square Garden right now, and it involves the best player in the world. Details next.
The champ! Are you ready? Do you consider yourself a super fan? Well, now's your chance to prove it. It's Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan Super Fan Send-Off, presented by 303 Law 4040, sending you to Las Vegas for the biggest pro wrestling event in the world. A pair of 2-night event tickets, airfare, and hotel all included, plus a $500 Visa card. So get in the ring and enter now at DenverSports.com/superfan. That's DenverSports.com/superfan.
What's going on, everybody? Phillip Lindsay here with the one and only Williams Jewelers. And guys, it's a brand new year. And I know there's at least 50 of you listening to me right now who are thinking about popping that question. And you know you need a diamond. So let me save you some time and money by telling you something as simple as this. You need to go see my jeweler, Williams Jewelers. So whether you're starting your next chapter with your perfect diamond engagement ring, or celebrating a milestone, or finally just doing something special for yourself for once, this is where it all begins. This new year, imagine the finest jewelry legends all in one store together, making you feel just like family, and their service is going to reflect that. So come shop the finest loose diamonds in Denver. They have every size, shape, and price range you can imagine, and the largest selection of engagement ring settings I've ever set eyes on. And not only are they going to share the secrets of the business with you, but I guarantee you they're going to give you the best price in Colorado. So why wouldn't you want to create moments and memories for yourself and the ones you love by going to Williams Jewelers, the official jeweler of the Colorado Avalanche, Denver's first family of fine jewelers, located in Cherry Creek North on 3rd Avenue and also in Inglewood at Broadway and Bellevue. And don't forget to mention my name, Phillip Lindsay, when you step through one of those doors.
This year's tax changes. Better not get caught snoozing. Miss one deduction, lose thousands. Not amusing.
Big tax changes can mean bigger refunds at Jackson Hewitt. And right now, get $100 just to try us.
Don't worry, tax filers. If money is tight, get $100 from Jackson Hewitt, so you'll sleep better at night.
Limited time offer for new clients. Participating locations only. Details at jacksonhewitt.com.
Welcome back to Winter Hack Radio, the place for clever hacks to survive the season. Icy driveway? Well, try spreading sand or birdseed to help with traction. Snowy puppy paws? Well, grab a whisk, brush it off, done. Catch COVID-19? Well, just get...
Actually, there's no hack for COVID-19. But if you test positive, prescription medications for COVID exist. Ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach By here. For 50-80 Exteriors, Colorado homes face more risk than ever from intense weather, including wildfire exposure. 50-80 Exteriors prioritizes fire-resistant, non-combustible, low-maintenance exterior upgrades with reliable, quality installations. Protect your home with James Hardy siding, TimberTech decking, and Pella Impervia fiberglass windows, all designed to stand up to heat, weather, and time. They also offer 60 months no interest financing, 50 to 80 exteriors, the altitude of quality.
Dan Jacobs with 303 Law 4040 and Jacobs Law with another cool story to share. James called 303 Law 4040, and he's like a lot of our clients, not looking to get rich, but he just didn't want to get stuck with a bunch of medical bills. So we met with James like we do all of our 303 Law 4040 clients in person, and it's a good thing we did because we noticed James did not look so good. We sent him to the hospital to get checked out, and they did wind up admitting him. In the end, we got him feeling better and $125,000. He was over the moon. He came into the office to pick up his check and rang that victory bell. And the really cool part is James surprised us with a check of his own, a donation so we could keep the best free meal in Denver coming each and every first and third Thursday. If you've been injured, you may be like James, not looking to get rich, but not sure what to do. That's why we're here to help. Just give us a call at 303-LAW-4040. Go ahead, save that number in your phone. You never know when you're going to need it. That's 303-LAW-4040.
This ain't pop. This ain't pretty. This is Southern hospitality. The Black Crows, Whiskey Myers, blues-soaked guitars, outlaw swagger. Rock and roll the way it was meant to be. Loud, raw, and real. The Southern Hospitality Tour. The Black Crows. Whiskey Myers. August 2nd, Fiddler's Green Amphitheater. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at fiddlersgreenamp.com. Produced by AEG Presents.
Snapshot from Progressive wasn't created for just anybody. Oh no, we made it for you. Gradual breakers. You keep your eyes on the road, so you've seen it all. As long as it all happened directly in front of you, like a Swedish masseuse, your foot knows exactly the right amount of pressure to apply to the brake. That's why your passengers feel totally relaxed with you behind the wheel and occasionally super sleepy. With Snapshot, safe drivers like you get personalized rates based on your driving habits. Sign up today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Snapshot not available in California or from all agents.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textingterms.us. Texting enrolls you for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply or play. Stop, opt out. Terms and conditions apply to the earnings promotion.
Do you have caregiving experience as a parent, teacher, nanny, coach, or in another similar role? Hop Skip Drive is looking for experienced caregivers who want to help students in their community by driving them to and from school. Earn up to $50 per ride with Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion, all while helping your community. If you have your own vehicle that is no more than 10 years old, a clean driving record, and at least 5 years of caregiving experience, you could become a Hop Skip Drive care driver. Just text ROAD to 323232 to get started right now. Hop Skip Drive gives you the flexibility to set your own schedule and earn competitive pay. It's simple. Drive in your free time and make a real difference for students right in your neighborhood. Don't wait. Text ROAD to 323232 right now. Text ROAD to 323232 and start earning up to $50 per ride during Hop Skip Drive's welcome promotion period. That's ROAD to 323232. Text ROAD to 323232 now.
Denver Sports Snapshot.
Tomorrow on 104.3 HD3, DU Women's Basketball faces South Dakota with pregame starting at 5:30.
104.3 The Fan. We are Denver Sports.
It's The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay on Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan.
All right, bit of a false alarm. It was not a good sight initially with our Denver sports king Nikola Jokic.
And
And
it was scary.
they're playing at Madison Square Garden, and Jokic went down in what looked like a non-contact injury, where his leg buckled. It looked like, and he went to the ground grabbing his knee. And to the point where they had to stop the game and bring him off the court, and somehow, despite what just happened, a little over a month ago, maybe closer to a month and a half at this point, with his knee in Miami, he came right back in the game after that scare. So thank goodness because I just saw the Nuggets playoff life flash before my eyes.
No, you're not lying. We know that we're not going anywhere without Jokic. And anytime you have some kind of non-contact anything, you get scared because it's like, okay, something's really up. Now, in this case, like you said, Jokic is back out there. Hopefully everything's okay. They're playing on a back-to-back. Honestly, why do you play Jokic on a back-to-back when he's just starting back up, Z? Why would you do that?
Because he's demanding to play. And in that league, the players have the largest vote. The players in that league are partners with the coach. They are not subservient to the coach.
I'm not used to that. I would
No,
be like,
you are
what,
not.
Coach? Hell no, I'm not going back in there.
Right.
You're going to pay me my money. Like, no, that's not how it works in the NFL.
I mean, could you imagine could you imagine your voice in a Pat Shurmur offense if you were on a guaranteed contract?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you see the backhand right here?
Yeah.
Like, something's going to happen. Either I'm backhanding you or you're going to run the right plays for me. But that's not how it works in the NFL. It's like, yes, coach, you go on. Like, they're going to call the plays that they want to play. And, you're either successful or you suffer. So it's interesting to see how the NBA is and how the NBA can the players control the game. The agents control the game.
They really do. And the league itself, has referred to, this is Adam Silver, the commissioner, referred to the players as, partners. They're our partners. And so, yeah, it's so hopefully nothing serious there with Jokic, but we'll keep our eye on it, okay? All right. Seattle. The Seattle Seahawks are in the Super Bowl. Guess what they're saying was the first step to getting to the Super Bowl? I was reading an article from Jacob Robinson of The Athletic, and he says, quote, Seahawks general manager John Schneider, also no stranger to bold moves. Seattle did all of the following during 6 days last March. Released longtime receiver Tyler Lockett, agreed to trade quarterback Geno Smith, sent DK Metcalf to the Raiders, and then came to terms with Sam Darnold in free agency. Busy, but not Schneider's boldest moment. That was trading Russell Wilson 4 years ago. An obvious coup in hindsight, though it was a major risk at the time. Wilson was one of Schneider's best draft picks, a third-rounder, and had been named a Pro Bowler for the 9th time in the quarterback's 10 seasons. That trade was the first step towards this contender. Seattle avoided Wilson's decline and his 5-year, $245 million contract extension, instead being rewarded with 2 of Denver's first-round picks, which became current starting left tackle Charles Cross and starting corner Devon Witherspoon, and 2 second-round picks who turned into rotational edge rushers Boye Mafe and Derek Hall, end quote. Man, it's just crazy to, one, look back at that mega trade, one of the biggest trades in the history of NFL football, that had me saying, this is not a drill. Voice quivering, excited as all get out. I mean,
everybody needs to sit down.
No, seriously, it was the biggest deal in the world.
Oh, I remember. I mean, I remember being in my basement when I got the news saying, "Damn, Broncos, why not keep me too? I want to be with a bona fide franchise quarterback that has done it before and has won Super Bowls. Like, I want to be a part of this. Like, finally, the Denver Broncos get a quarterback and they shit my ass out of there. I was not a happy camper, man, but I was excited for Denver because I'm a Broncos fan. And I thought that Russ was going to bring some Super Bowls here.
We all did. And no one was leading the charge more than Russ. He had the airbrushed cleats, with the 3 Bronco Lombardi trophies, and said more to come. He said in his introductory press conference that he wanted to win 3 to 4 more Super Bowls.
Like it's that easy.
Bro, the next season, they barely won 3 to 4 games. They finished with 5 wins. And it was just such a chaotic season, man. I will never, hopefully, go step for step through a season like that ever again. I mean, it was so roundly embarrassing because the league itself, one, they pitted Russ against his former team on Monday Night Football in the first game of the year. And that was a disaster.
That was brutal, man.
That was a disaster.
They lose it.
And it never stopped being a disaster. It just got worse and worse and worse.
Christmas, what'd you call it? The Christmas nightmare? Was it because it was like, do something, Rip?
Yeah, that was Dalton Reisner going at Brett Rippon on the sideline. It was, you remember, who was it? Mike Purcell spazzing out on Russell Wilson.
I remember that.
And Nathaniel Hackett was right there, and he was acting like he didn't know what was going on right behind him. I mean, that was a special kind of psychotic season.
He's like, no, Russ, we're not winning Super Bowls. We're not here. We're not riding.
I mean, that was just crazy. You had Justin Tucker making fun of Russ on the Ravens team plane, saying, Ravens flock, let's fly. I mean, it was open season on the Broncos. It really was. And it was so embarrassing because the league, like all of us, thought the Broncos were going to be good. So they maxed them out on the 5 primetime games that you can get, but there was also an international game, and there was also a game on Christmas that doesn't count against the primetime game. So the Broncos had 7 standalone games to get tomatoes thrown at them by the NFL public on the national stage. It was nuts. And that's what Seattle, that trade is what Seattle is crediting their Super Bowl run. So we have 2 teams in the Super Bowl. One team is crediting that trade with the first step of building this roster, and the other team is the one that beat the Broncos on their way. And it's just it's nuts, Phil. It's nuts.
So both teams are thanking the Denver Broncos.
In some way, shape, or form, yeah.
Thank you, Denver. Thank you for helping us get to the damn Super Bowl. Man.
But there is the craziest silver lining in all of this. And we'll go through it next.
Are the Denver Broncos an NFL destination once again?
They're half a football away from going to the Super Bowl. And you're going to have more money than you've ever had to spend, no dead cap, and quote QB on a rookie deal. I think the Broncos have become one of the more desirable destinations in the entire NFL to be with.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here. I've got to tell you about one of the most unique spots in the world. I'm talking about the Basketball Social House Bar and Grill in Centennial. This place has award-winning food and drinks. Please try the brunch. You will thank me later. But what really sets it apart and makes it so unique is that it's the first of its kind sports bar and entertainment experience. Literally the only one in the world. And it's right here in Centennial, Colorado. Don't get it twisted. This place isn't just for hoopers. Even if you never touch a ball, it's an awesome spot to eat, drink, hang out, catch the game. But if you do want to play, you can book your own private basketball suite with a court, lounge seating, music, TVs, and more. Guys, it's perfect for parties, birthdays, or just an upgraded night out. And I'm speaking from experience. This is one of my favorite places to be on planet Earth. And it's also one of the best places in Colorado to watch big games with what might be the best happy hour in the state every single day from 7 p.m. to close. You can find them at 7450 South University Boulevard in Centennial, or check them out online at thebasketballsocialhouse.com. And because you heard it from me, get half off your first private basketball suite rental when you use the code HALFOFFHOOPS. Trust me, this place is a slam dunk.
What's up, guys? You need healthy options you'll actually crave? HelloFresh brings the flavor with homemade meals that are wholesome, fresh, and always hit the spot. Turn fresh, balanced ingredients into home-cooked meals that are easy to make and taste great. Keep your health on track with GLP-1 friendly options and high-protein meals packed with over 30 grams of protein. My lady is always telling me how I need more protein in my life. From udon soup to hearty chicken pastas, enjoy mouth-watering dishes that spice up your weeknights. Go to HelloFresh.com to explore plans and menus because nothing hits like home cooking.
Hey, it's Mike Evans. Restore your bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning hair with the same simple one-day treatment I receive from Dr. Tanya Pauls of Advanced Hair. Your own natural hair begins regrowing the very next day, and your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. For your free consultation, $250 off and 250 free hair grafts, call 720-459-HAIR, AdvancedHair.com.
I'm Rob Wilhite. A car accident can change everything in a moment. For almost 50 years, my firm has gone up against insurers and won over $1 billion for our clients. If you were hit, don't wait. Evidence fades, witnesses disappear, and the insurance companies know that. We move fast, you should too. Call 303-GOOD-LAW or go to willhitewins.com. That's 303-GOOD-LAW or willhitewins.com. We're here for Coloradans when it matters most. The Wilhite Law Firm, Colorado Strong. willhitewins.com.
Hey guys, it's Mark Schlereth, and home show season in February is when homeowners make the smartest improvement decision before the demand hits. If windows are in your future, Gravina's Window Center of Littleton offers Infinity by Marvin fiberglass windows built for strength, efficiency, and long-term value. And this February, you'll save 25% plus enjoy 12 months zero-interest financing. Visit windowsforyourhome.com or call them at 303-794-0490.
Babe, your arms look amazing. Working out is paying off.
Thanks. I just wish my chest matched. No matter what I do, I'm frustrated with my man boobs.
Hey, don't beat yourself up. More than half of men have gynecomastia. It's gland tissue, not laziness. Same thing is happening to my friend Trisha's husband. He went to Dr. Cameron Dastry at Modern Surgical Arts of Denver.
For real? You get good results?
He got great results. Call him, honey.
Call today. They're offering complimentary consultations for the fan listeners. 303-470-3400 or at modernsurgicalarts.com.
Are you worrying about those upcoming credit card bills after the holidays? If you're a homeowner, there's no better time than now to call American Financing and wipe out that debt, eliminate the stress, and set yourself up for a strong 2026. The Fed dropped rates for the 4th time in December. American Financing can help you access that equity in your home at an interest rate in the low 5s. You heard that right, in the low 5s. That is a much lower rate than the average 20% or more credit card rate. American Financing is saving their customers an average of $800 a month. That's like a $10,000 raise to start the new year. There are no upfront fees and no obligation to see how much you can save. And they are closing some in as fast as 10 days and even delaying 2 mortgage payments. American Financing, Colorado's home for home loans. Call them today at 303-695-7000. That's 303-695-7000 or online at americanfinancing.net. NMLS 182334, NMLSconsumeraccess.org. APR for rates in the 5 start at 6.196% for well-qualified buyers. Call 303-695-7000 for details about credit costs and terms.
Hi, I'm Terrell Davis, 2-time world champion and Pro Football Hall of Famer. There is nothing more important than your health. That's why I made the smart move to invest in fitness equipment with Fitness Gallery. It's a game changer.
This February, save 25% off all primetime functional trainers, home gyms, and racks. Work out on your schedule on the equipment you choose from the safety and comfort of your own home. Save up to 50% off on select premium equipment. Visit one of Fitness Gallery's 7 convenient locations from Colorado Springs to Fort Collins.
Stay up to date on the Broncos with our 9 News Broncos insider Mike Kliss. Presented by Fitness Gallery. Hear the latest from every practice and every game every single week during football season. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan. Denver Sports 104.3 The Fan presents The Drive with Zach By and Phillip Lindsay.
Just to continue the conversation we were just having here, and we invite in friend of the show, the scrappy one, the Scrapster, Scrap Peterson. What up, Will?
What up, boys?
Scrappy. So we were just having the conversation. I just want to keep it going here because I was reading an article from Jacob Robinson from The Athletic, Will, and I wasn't anticipating, although if I thought hard about it, I probably would have guessed we'd run into it at a certain point in the article. But basically, what Seattle is crediting as the first step of this Super Bowl journey was trading Russell Wilson. And we just were talking about the embarrassment of the 2022 season, and you lived it. You lived it with me here.
Yeah, it was brutal. Because I still remember the day the trade broke. You're famous, this is not a drill, and we were excited. And you and I even had conversations off air how much this was going to change everything and help because it had been so many years of futility. And we had no idea we were signing up for perhaps the most frustrating regular season in Denver Broncos history.
I think it is. And I told Phil, I would argue in front of a jury that it's the single worst season in the history of the Denver Broncos when you consider what the expectations were coming into the season and the result of a 5-win season where the coach was fired before the clock hit 0 in the final game of the season.
Well, and just think about how it started in Seattle with the debacle up there, and 64-yard field goal was McManus's target. I mean, the whole thing was a disaster. And I remember I predicted them to go 12-5, and they went 5-12. So to your point, it was like everyone assumed they were going to be back in the playoffs, and not only did they not make the playoffs, they failed spectacularly. And the head coach, or the former head coach, who's now an OC, by the way, Nathaniel Hackett.
Crazy to think.
Crazy.
Come on.
Sparked one of the most embarrassing coaching jobs in NFL history, and Sean getting him in trouble, and the butterfly effect from it was a lot of fun, actually.
Dante, you're a Cardinals fan. What do you think about your new offensive coordinator being Nathaniel Hackett?
I'm not too excited, but I did see it was a graphic of teams that have Nathaniel Hackett as their offensive coordinator when he's not a play caller, and it wasn't that bad. So that gives me a little bit of hope.
So asking him to do less is the plan.
So
exactly. As long as he's not doing anything.
Has his foam finger on. Let's go offense. They're actually pretty good.
You know what? Maybe you guys will get Aaron Rodgers and everything will be good. Y'all go to the Super Bowl.
Well, you know what? I'll say this, and I said this going into the final break. Okay, so that happened. It was calamitous. That was this ownership group's first season, too. I mean, can you imagine? There had to have been some nights of like, what have we got ourselves into? And
what did we just do?
And we gave this quarterback a $245 million extension when we had 2 years left on it. I still, sincerely, guys, I cannot believe, and I'm thankful he did, but I cannot believe George Payton lasted. I cannot believe he survived that.
Yeah, I remember talking with you guys saying I was shocked that the day they didn't fire Hackett, they didn't fire George Payton as well.
Yeah.
It would have been the logical time to do it. And they held on, and it worked out. It worked out in hindsight. But between that guy hiring Hackett and paying Russ, I could understand Greg Penner being like, this dude doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah. So, but I'll say this, though. It was embarrassing. It was calamitous.
Yeah.
It was the darkest season in Broncos history. Arguably.
Year 2 McDaniels, a lot of people
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
would
But
cite
come on,
that
Will.
one.
Like, this was bad, man.
Year 2 McDaniels was really bad.
But McDaniels didn't have a Russell Wilson who has won a Super Bowl before. Like the excitement here was just on another level. And hell, I was still playing and I was excited.
True.
Well, so, and that's why I said arguably. And to each fan, the frustration level is going to be different or whatever. But so that happened, and this ownership group and the Denver Broncos said, we have to hire a proven concept. We need a sure thing. Vance Joseph, hired in 2017, first-time head coach. Vic Fangio, hired in 2019, first-time head coach. Nathaniel Hackett, hired in 2022, first-time head coach. They had to do something dramatic. That was that was a bet on the floor of a coach. And the last thing that this organization wanted to do, the very last, was trade another first-round pick after just trading 2 firsts and 2 seconds and players to Seattle. But they swallowed it and traded a first-round pick for Sean Payton. And without Sean Payton, the Denver Broncos are not in the playoffs a year ago with a rookie quarterback. They're not in the AFC Championship game as a 1 seed with a game in Denver. You do not have a franchise quarterback in Bo Nix. So I think just the ripple effect and the butterfly effect of one of the most insane sequences in Broncos history, if you squint, it leads the team to where they are today, and that's something.
You know what I think for Greg Penner, he's thinking that exact same way and saying, damn, like we weren't expecting Sean Payton to be our guy. We wanted DeMeco Ryans. We wanted Harbaugh, Jim Harbaugh, that is. That didn't pan out for him. They end up getting Sean Payton. They had to give up a first-round draft pick to get Sean Payton. But it's the best decision they've ever made. It's bringing Sean here, who knows how to paint that perfect picture. All right, call his shot and almost got the damn Denver Broncos into the Super Bowl this year, man. Now, he has some work to do, and we know that. He's not a perfect guy, but he's the man for the job. He's able to build culture here. He does have that franchise quarterback, and he has more money now to play with this year because of they're out of cap hell.
Will?
Yeah, and the reality is Sean, for all his quirks, guys, he wins. He's just a winner. He's just a winning football coach. And we needed that in Denver because I don't think Vic Fangio's a winner as a head coach. I know Nathaniel Hackett's not a winner as a head coach. And Vance Joseph, I would love for him to get another chance, but I'll leave that one as sort of TBD. It's obviously not going to happen this year. But those other two guys, not winners.
Nope.
Sean Payton, a winner, for sure.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. So, you just never, like, isn't that true with life as well? It's like oftentimes like a door will close, and it may close right in your face.
Yep.
And then you realize 6 months later, a year later, 5 years later, that, man, there was a reason why that happened. And maybe you wouldn't be where you are had you walked through that door. And so hopefully
one door closes, another one opens, but the one has to close before the other one opens. And that was the case. Jim Harbaugh closed the door on us. DeMeco Ryans went to Houston, closed the door on us. And yeah, Sean Payton sitting there saying, hey, as long as I have the say when it comes to Russ, I'm willing to sign here.
Yeah. Crazy how it all worked out. And hopefully there's the next decade of Broncos football on the heels of that calamitous era that we can sort of reap the fruits of that sequence. So, all right, man, really fun show. Phil, it flew by today again.
Fast. NASCAR fast. There we go.
All right, we'll leave it there for now. Will, who you hosting with tonight?
I'll be with Dante. Looking forward to it.
All right. It's always a fun little pairing when it's Dante and Will Peterson. Looking forward to listening on the drive home. It's Denver Sports Tonight. Next.
Will playing without Nikola Jokic end up being a blessing in disguise for the Nuggets?
During the course of the time that he was out, a lot of guys had to step up. Guys got expanded chances to play. Their roles changed, and a lot of guys really made the most of it, led by Peyton Watson.
Denver Sports 104.3. The Fan.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Zach here on behalf of the Rocky Mountain Men's Clinic, talking to you men out there about a not-so-fun topic, and that's erectile dysfunction. But before you go squirming in your seat, all right, or changing the channel, just understand ED is a medical condition. And like most other medical conditions,